أسعد الله أوقاتكم بكل خير مشاهدينا الكرام، أهلا ومرحبا بكم في ثالث أيام الملتقى العالمي للخيول العربية الأصيلة هنا في العاصمة الإسبانية مدريد. واليوم الثالث الذي سيكون آخر الأيام سنتعرض إلى جلسة نقاشية في الفترة الصباحية، ومن ثم في تمام الساعة الواحدة بتوقيت مدريد إن شاء الله سنبدأ ورشة العمل للحديث عن مخرجات هذه الجلسات وهذا الملتقى في نهايته في آخر يوم. أرحب بكم مشاهدينا الكرام في هذا الصباح، وأرحب بضيفي الذي ينضم إلي في هذا الاستوديو السيد جاريت فورد الذي يمثل شركة إيزي كير هناك من الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Omar.
Thank you for being with us on Yes Sports, and I know we have so many to talk about this morning. But tell me, is this your first time to attend the conference?
This is my first year attending the World Arabian Forum, and I have to say it's exceeded all my expectations. Last night, the dinner we had, I still have actually goosebumps on my arms from the dancing and the scenery and the horses. It was one of the most incredible nights I've ever been to.
So why you are here?
So I'm here for, I'm from the U.S. I'm a breeder. My wife and I have been breeding horses for the last 5 years. And the main reason why we're here with the forum, I'm a steward for the Arabian Racing Cup in the United States. So I'm one of the stewards for that group. And the main reason why we want to come here is the connections, all the countries getting together, all the countries being cohesive, talking about racing around the world. We've made so much progress in the last 10 years, and every year it gets better. So main reason I'm here is to see people make sure we continue to move forward.
That's great. So who invited you?
Who invited me?
Yeah. How did you get up here at the end?
Well, so the main reason, the ARC stewards, Arabian Racing Cup stewards from the U.S., get invited each year. So we're the stewards that help make the decisions in the U.S., and so that group usually gets invited.
All right. Where is you from? Where do you breed in the United States?
So we're from the state of Colorado, kind of central in the U.S. The nice thing about where we live is we're at a very high altitude, and the very high altitude helps with the horses and red blood cells. So our horses live at roughly 2,000 meters, and in our backyard we can go up to 3,000 meters.
Oh, that's great. So it makes better atmosphere just to breed horses. And,
yeah, we believe so. This is our 5th year at it, and where our background is, it came from endurance. And so what we found is that training at those altitudes for endurance and then going down to lower levels, our horses had a big advantage. So the race that we usually compete at in endurance every year is called the Tevis Cup. The Tevis Cup is the oldest and longest lasting endurance race in the world. It's roughly 65 years old. So it goes over the Sierra Mountains. There's 22,000 feet of elevation gain. It's very, very difficult.
Have you ever won this race or participated in this race?
I have participated. My first year I did it, I was 13 years old.
Oh.
That was a long time ago.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, and so in 2012, my wife and I crossed the finish line tied for first.
Tied for first?
Yes.
But you were together, or?
We were together.
All right.
We rode the whole way together, and so we were first crossing the finish line. And so I've had the opportunity to ride the Tevis Cup 11 times, and I have 10 completions. So, and that's I'm proud of that accomplishment, because over 65 years, the average finish rate for Tevis is 49%. So I've cheated the odds a little bit with finishing 10 for 11.
Well, that's great. So that was this story was before you married, or you get married, or after?
No, we were already married. So my wife and I have been married for 22 years.
All right. So tell me about Easy Care.
So the company I own is called Easy Care. We make horseshoes and horse hoof protection devices. So the main thing that sets us apart from other companies is that a traditional horseshoe is a rigid structure, metal or aluminum, and a horse's foot is made to expand and contract and move. So all of our protection devices are built around the principle of hoof mechanism and hoof movement. So it's a little bit different, and where we see the interesting thing about horses and horses' feet is that the majority of sports, whether it's cycling, cars, bicycles, they've all advanced greatly in the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years.
I agree with you.
If you look at horses' feet and shoes, we haven't had any advancement for 1,000 years. So all the technologies, materials, we have carbons, we have urethanes, we have all these great materials. And one of the things that's really slow to advance is horseshoes.
Yeah.
So our company has been working on it since 1970. I bought it in 1993 and been doing that ever since.
And you told me your brother is an athlete. He used to play football in the United States. You know, helmets, all the equipment, shoes, even the ball itself, even the leather of the ball has been changed. Every year, they change it every year. So I totally agree with you that for thousands of years,
Right.
the shoes of the horses has not been changed. But what about the market? So where is your market? Where is your target to get?
Well, so our market is, we're a U.S.-based company. We do a lot of business in the United States, but we also have distributors in just about every country in the world that has horses. So we market all through Europe, Middle East, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. So if there's horses there, we usually have a distributor that sells in that country. So we have a shoe for trail endurance. We have a shoe for therapeutic or veterinary. We also have shoes directly geared for the racetrack.
So if anyone wants just to get more information, do you have a website? Or?
We do have a website. You can go to www.easycareinc.com.
Well, that's easy. So
That's easy.
if everyone wants to have a look on what you've achieved so far and how they can go, get it from.
Absolutely. So
yeah.
we can buy from distributors around the world. We can buy from us direct. With online these days, it's very easy to do the research, and you can also look at Google searches. Will find us very quickly.
Yeah. All right. So this is a good idea. All right. So let's go and talk about Arabian horse race in the United States. I think Sheikh Mansoor Festival, yearly they got 3 racing. Santa Anita,
Texas.
Texas, Houston.
Yep.
And last year was in San Francisco and Delaware. I'm not sure if this year.
Yeah, so I think this year we're going to have 2 races. We just had Santa Anita. And Santa Anita is one of the most incredible settings in the sport. We saw Justify win. Arabians.
The one you like.
What's that?
The one you like.
The one I
Justify?
like. And we like Justify because we also have an Arabian named Justify. So beautiful day in Santa Anita. There was a race before that in Texas. And I think that's the races we're having this year in the U.S. for the festival. Last year we had 3. And so they're changing with all the races around the world.
The next one, when will it be? In September.
September, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I've asked about, and they told me it's in
Okay,
September.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not sure where is the place because last year we got in New Jersey. This year they changed the race course, so yeah, it's good even for variety.
Absolutely.
To have it everywhere else in the United States. And our friend Mr. Faisal Rahman is also hosting the President Cup, UAE President Cup for Arabian horses
in Kentucky.
In Kentucky,
Which will be a great venue. We're excited about Kentucky, and racing under the Twin Spires is an opportunity that we can't pass up.
Tell me about the last 3-4 years in United States and Arabian horses and Arabian racing and the breeding of Arabian horses. How it have been changed so far?
Well, so the biggest challenge we have in the U.S. is roughly 10 years ago, we had 10,000 Arabian horses bred a year in the United States. Last year and the year before, roughly the numbers had dropped from 10,000 to 2,000. And those are all Arabians, not just the track-bred Arabians. So the biggest challenge we have in the U.S. is numbers. So even if we have a Santa Anita or a day at Churchill or Texas, one of the challenges we have is getting enough horses. And so in the last couple of years, we're seeing more and more breeders. And I think we're seeing more and more horses bred because of the opportunities of the festival. The big races, the bigger stakes money. And so we are seeing a resurgence in breeding, and we need it because the sport needs numbers. Without numbers, for us in the U.S., if we don't have the horses, we don't have the jockeys, we don't have the journalists, we don't have people like you, Omar, to do the commentating. So the horses need to come first. So we're encouraging, the ARC is one of the things that we're doing is encouraging breeders to breed your first horse or go to an established breeder and partner with an established breeder. So numbers are the most critical thing we need in the U.S.
And with the prizes, with the money, I think the breeders now will look forward just, all right, there is Arabian horses and there is Arabian horse racing. So we'll go for it. We want to win it because the prices are still good for the
Absolutely.
yeah, for the trainers.
And just the opportunities with having the opportunity to race at Santa Anita on the same day that horses like Justify that are targeting for the Kentucky Derby. Having those experiences and having the ability to do that as an Arabian breeder, you know, what's happening is we're seeing progress.
Just to give more sport even for the race. When we got in the same derby day, the most important day in the Santa Anita race course. So you have Arabian horse racing. Everyone will look, what is the Arabian horses?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So all the people there that are going there on the most prestigious day for Santa Anita, they're seeing Arabians. They're seeing all of us enthusiastic. And that day at Santa Anita, the Arabian handle, the Arabian betting, was over $1 million.
Wow.
Yes. So it was a great day for Santa Anita and a great day for Arabian racing.
Well, I hope the next few years we get more races for the Arabian horses in the United States. And thank you very much for being with us here in Yas Sports. And I'm sure we will see you soon, probably in United Arab Emirates.
I'd love to come.
Yeah, in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
We got the big race for Arabian horses. 1,200,000 euro for the winner
Yes.
of the Arabian horse race. The best horses in the world are coming to Abu Dhabi, and I hope to see you there.
I hope to come again. We had one horse race 3 years ago, and everybody dreams to race in Abu Dhabi. So hopefully I'll have another dream come true.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. شكرا للسيد ديفيد جاريت. إذا السيد جاريت الذي يتحدث عن مشاريع كثيرة تخص الخيول العربية الأصيلة هناك في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية، وبالتحديد ما تحدث فيه عن موضوع أن الخيول العربية الأصيلة تلقى دعم مباشر من خلال إقامة السباقات هناك. مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد، وأيضا كأس صاحب السمو رئيس الدولة الذي ينظمون عدة سباقات في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية يصل عددها إلى 4 أو 5 بجوائز مالية مغرية تدفع ملاك المزارع إلى إنتاج خيول عربية أصيلة من أجل المشاركة في السباق. كان هذا كل ما لدينا مشاهدينا الكرام. الآن سنتحول إلى قاعة المؤتمر للبدء في الحديث عن وقائع الجلسة الأولى. إلى هناك. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what is our final session. We're going to have the workshop later, but this is the final session. And we talk about the final session. It's going to be looking ahead to the future. We have a star-studded panel, and these are leaders in their own worlds. Some of them are involved in the world of Arabian racing, others are top-class business people. But before I introduce you to this panel, I think there's something that we would like to say to a jockey who is undergoing chemotherapy treatment in Ireland at the moment. He's the former Irish champion jockey of Ireland, and he's a man who has ridden many winners in the United Arab Emirates. And I'd just like us all to stand and give a big round of applause and wish all the best to our very good friend in Ireland, Pat Smullen. Big round of applause for Pat. Come on, let's do it. Come on. Thank you. Right, here we go with our final session. First of all, I'm just going to introduce you to them. You know most of them, but for people watching live around the world on Yaz TV and the Sheikh Mansoor, His Highness the Sheikh Mansoor Festival website, these are the people we've got on the panel. Sitting next to me in stall number 1, we've got to keep the horse racing going, is the chairman, the new chairman. He's been here nearly a year now, of IFAR, International Federation of Arabian Horse Racing. He's a man who loves his racing. He's steeped in racing. He breeds, he buys, he sells, and now he's involved right at the very top. A big round of applause from Abu Dhabi, Faisal Rahmani. Our next guest is a lady I met a few years ago in the United States of America. She's been involved in breeding for a number of years, and I'm going to ask her later on for the story of how she got involved in racing. She is now the chief steward of the Arabian Racing Cup in the United States of America. Please welcome Michelle Morgan.
Thank you, Congress.
The next gentleman on her left is the man who is the chief CEO of National Feed and Flour. We'll be finding out more about his company and why it is a world leader. It is based in Abu Dhabi, and he is one of our great supporters and sponsors. A big round of applause for Edward Hammett. The gentleman on his left is a great supporter of sport, whether it's to do with horses or whether it's to do with soccer or perhaps American football, where he went as a student. He is, of course, the man who is the boss of the National Archives, and he is a man that I have great respect for. Please welcome Dr. Abdullah Al-Raisi. Our next guest comes from Australia. He is chairman of WAHO. This man owns one of the biggest studs in Australia and probably in the world, the Forest Hill Arabian stud. Please welcome, from Australia, Peter Pond. Peter, just lean back because I can't see who that is. Ah, now I know. This man, as you know, I call him Mr. Sixpack because he is the... It is true. He is always in the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning. And the reason I like this guy so much is that this guy promotes Abu Dhabi around the world. And he just doesn't go straight in. He does it so well. And he is a true professional. Please welcome Mubarak Al-Nuaimi. The gentleman on his left is a man who is chairman of the Abu Dhabi Police Youth Council. He is a very, very successful man in his own right, and he has some very interesting views that we are looking forward to hearing and listening to today. Please welcome Dr. Ahmed Rami. And our next guest is a young lady who needs, well, not much of an introduction, but I'm going to tell you anyway. She is the lady who organizes all this and works tirelessly. I've never met anybody in the world, and I've met quite a few, who works as hard as this young lady. Ladies and gentlemen, Lara Sawaya. So guys, let's get straight into it. And the first question, and I'm going to start with you, and we're going to go along, is that His Highness Sheikh Mansoor has given us a great lead. He's given the world a great lead in purebred Arabian racing. How can we now take it into the future? Faisal.
First of all, I would like to thanks on behalf of IFAR, Festival of Sheikh Mansoor, and Mrs. Lara Sawai for all her support before I start to become a member in IFAR. For the last 10 years, she was pumping all the races around the world. The future, I think the future is, it will be good. I'm very optimistic. I know that many people last 2 days, they had some issue with the FAR, with some rules and regulation in different country. But if you, Tom, you see the statistic in many countries, like Mr. Derek Ford, when he said in the first session, I think, he said we were breeding 10,000 horses, and now we are breeding 2,000 horses. So the number is decreasing. So many countries are also suffering, and the problem that you cannot help all the country, and bleeding from everywhere. Arabian horses really need the support from everyone in the game, and we need to unite all the people who can promote Arabian races. Last 8 years, many countries were having 400 or 500 races. Now they have 80 races. Still, though, they have a problem with the rules and regulation, imperial transfer, harmonizing all the races. But what I'm optimistic about, it's because Sheikh Mansoor bin Zayed, through last 6 months, because it's not 1 year I've been in FAR, it's only 5 months, and it was very difficult to communicate with the country and talk with them and upgrade some stuff and take some more information. But I think the good side that Sheikh Mansoor loves Arabian horses. Sheikh Mansoor wants to support Arabian horses. Sheikh Mansoor wants to support in UAE and outside UAE. And the bad side, that people who have a problem with different issue and waiting for a sponsor, if Sheikh Mansoor take his hand, I think many countries will collapse. So people have to understand how the things go when they get a sponsor like Lara, or like the festival of Sheikh Mansoor, or any other races. We should entertain the sponsor and do different relationship, because many countries have betting, some countries doesn't have betting. But I think as last 4 or 5 months, I thought it was very difficult to upgrade some country, to promote new horses, to have more races. But I think it will be easy. But we need everybody's support, because our competitor in thoroughbred, 200 years in the game. They are strict, they are united, and they want to promote their thoroughbred horses. They want to promote their horses. We need the same effort, the same guts, the same heart to promote Arabian racing.
Michelle Morgan, how do you see it from an American point of view?
Well, Toma, you know, women are different than men. Women have to tell the before, during, and after, where a man can just get right to it. So I'm going to do the before, during, and after, which we're talking about the past, present, and future. I got involved with Arabians in the 80s, racing in the 90s. And the first thing I realized was that people didn't know that Arabians raced. 2010, I was asked to come to the first World Conference. Now we're in 2018, and because of this conference, people know Arabians race now. And we have all these sponsors and the festival that are letting people know that the Arabian horse races. We still have a lot of work to do, and that's where when we're talking about the future, that each country needs to start building from what this gift that the festival has given us. We can't just take, and take. We need to do something in each country to build on this. a couple of things that this United States is doing. With the help of the festival, we've started our breeding program. And in this breeding program, we are rewarding the breeders for first, second, and third. So when the horse wins, it's not the owner, it's not the horse, it's the breeder that gets the money. And this would not be possible without the festival. They have made this possible for us to start this program. So, and then they also have brought money into our states for the races. So they've made many things possible. So what we need to do is take that in the states. Our people there need to start doing something with it so that it doesn't die. We shouldn't take this for granted.
Thank you, Michelle. Let's move across to Edward. Edward, National Feed and Flour. And this is an interesting question. How, as an animal feed producer, can you contribute to the future of Arabian racing?
First, I would like to say that it's always a pleasure being on such a wonderful panel. Actually, His Highness Sheikh Mansour's Arabian Festival is already a contribution for an animal feed manufacturer to the future of horse racing. Us being here provides accessibility, provides a platform where we can actually listen to our customers, to our end users, while at the same time they listen to us in what we're trying to do in a way that we can get together and have a meeting of the mind of what their needs are in order to improve their horses, whether it is in breeding, whether it's in racing, whether even if it's you know, whichever category they're going into. So this platform, you know, I've had many interactions with horse owners, breeders, trainers, jockeys over the past week during this conference. Year over year, year after year, we see that this interaction is becoming more solid and more detailed and hits the pains that they are having. So yesterday, for example, I was approached by Mr. Nabuda, who's a current client of ours at National Feed, something we're very proud of, who was telling me or giving me advice on how to support young breeders in terms of the quality of feeds that we bring, the facilities that we provide, the supply chain that we can manage for them in order to give them or transfer the sophistication that we have in the animal feed market and have those young breeders or smaller breeders, you know, benefit from these facilities. So this platform, this conference, year after year, is providing this opportunity for these opportunities for us. At the same time, being in Abu Dhabi, being local, being present, also is very important because you know, you've asked Faisal, you've asked Michelle on their views from different parts of the world. So we actually play a very important local role in listening to the local issues and problems that these horse owners have, and trying to help them alleviate these issues. And while at the same time, it's also a learning curve for us where we want to improve, want to better ourselves internally in the quality, in the supply, in the storage, in the credit facilities, in basically meeting the issues of the client like any commercial entity does.
Let's move on to the gentleman on your left. Doctor, you look after the National Archives. So what can we learn from the past that will guide us to the future?
First of all, I would like to thank Her Highness Sheikh Fatima bint Mubarak and His Highness Sheikh Mansoor bin Zayed for their unlimited support of the festival. And also I would like to thank Lara for her dynamic execution of the directives and guidance provided to her by Her Highness Sheikh Fatima and His Highness Sheikh Mansoor. I know it is not easy to work with Sheikh Mansoor because he always looks for number one. And when Sheikh Mansoor started this program 10 years ago, I'm sure he had a clear, very clear vision, and that vision transmitted to Lara that he wants this festival and Arabian horses to be number one in the world and to compete side by side with thoroughbred races. In any race or in any sport, you need tools to achieve your goals. When I served in many different sports, and I had very close contact with the Olympic Committee, International Olympic Committee. And what they are looking for in any sport, they say first thing is that you should have good spectators base, you should have good media and marketing, especially television rights, it's very important. And you should have races with lots of prize money that will attract owners, breeders, trainers, jockeys to come and participate, because at the end, these are professional athletes and they would like to gain something from it because this is their bread and butter. At the end, they are not amateurs. If they are amateurs, it's okay. But in a certain point, these amateurs, they would like to be professional. And in order to give up your career as any job and to enter into the world of horse racing and become a professional, you need to earn some money. And how you earn some money is through races. Today, if we compare Arabian horse races with the thoroughbred, the prize money, the gap is very big. So what we need to do collectively is not the mandate for Sheikh Mansour's festival or anybody else, but it is mandate for everyone here in the room, for everyone outside in the world, that we should get organized, get closer and work together closer to achieve this goal. I'm sure that everybody in this room, they want to see that the Arabian horses compete with thoroughbred at all levels. But in order to achieve that, for the last 10 years, if you have seen from first conference to this conference, there is a big difference. Every year we see that board is getting increased, the number of sponsors, the number of spectators, the number of trainers, the number of breeders, the number of owners, the number of jockeys. All of these increase, in the festival. It means one thing, that we are on the right direction. But we need to do more, because we need to plan for the next 10 years. The 10 years passed, and I'm sure there are many lessons learned, and we have to build on the 10 years, and then we plan ahead for the next 10, 20 years from now. And I'm very happy to see that Lara involved in this conference youth councils, and this is in line with the directives of the leaders of UAE to enroll youth in many programs, because the future of any sport, the future of any country is their youth. So I'm happy that today I'm seeing new faces, which makes me happy, because we have achieved something, and we have been able to encourage others to join us. And also, we don't forget to document all these moments, because for the last 10 years, in order to see what lessons have been learned, we need to have an archive which tell us what we have done right, what we have done wrong, and we learn either from right or wrong, because either from right you learn because how to improve, from wrong you learn what to avoid. So history will teach us a lot of things, and it repeats itself many times. So we need to get all these archives for the last 10 years organized, and we have it included in our also platform, Arabian Horses platform, for the best future of Arabian horses.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much indeed. The gentleman on your left is the president of WAHO, the World Arabian Horse Organization, Peter Pond. Peter, I've got to ask you, you look after 72 stud books, so you've got the history, but how would you like to see the future?
Thank you very much. Firstly, of course, I would like to say thank you to Sheikh, His Highness Sheikh Mansoor, for putting on these wonderful conferences and events, and also to the organising committee and particularly through Lara for all of the support and her hard work, and all of the organisers. As president of WAHO, of course, I'm very pleased that we've been able to, over the last 45 years, to put together some 72 stud books in the world, which have all of these purebred horses, which are available for various industries like racing to use these horses and these pedigrees. Obviously, WAHO doesn't really get involved in racing or endurance or showing and so forth as far as participation. But the stud books are there for everyone to use in the Arabian industry for whatever purpose they might like. Obviously, I know that there's been some questions about a few horses, but if you look at the history of WAHO, and I encourage you to go onto the website and look at some of the history of the development of WAHO and the investigation committees that have gone through some of the countries that didn't have stud books up until their realisation of having stud books, and you'll see the process that was gone through. So from WAHO's point of view, all of these horses in all of these stud books are for you to use in racing or in showing or in endurance to whatever specifications you like and under whatever rules you like. As far as the future of racing goes, I see a very bright future. This is only my second time I've been to one of these racing conferences, but I see the enthusiasm of all these people here and the enthusiasm in each of the countries that the people come from with their dedication to their own racing platforms. I know they're not equal throughout the world, and that's the endeavour of the future, is to try and get some more equality amongst the various other racing fraternities. I know in our country, Australia, it is a bit of a battle to get racing on a more professional footing. It does need more sponsorship, but it also needs even more hard work from our own people to achieve all of that. I agree with a number of the comments from our previous speakers, and Michelle is one of them, that we cannot rely on these sorts of festivals being sponsored only by, a few people. We need to make sure that we build on these events and the 8 or 9 years that they've been going on for, and use that and the knowledge coming out of that for the benefit of our own areas. So I do feel that there's a very good future for Arabian racing. Obviously, Arabian racing in other forms has been going on for thousands of years, which is a lot longer than the thoroughbreds. So I leave you with that thought, that in the desert, I'm sure there was races thousands of years ago. So the thoroughbred racing is like 250 years, but the Arabians have the history. Thank you very much.
Mubarak, you travel with us around the world, but of course it's not just Arabian racing that you're involved in. You're involved in all sports and promoting Abu Dhabi to the world and inviting people to come and see Abu Dhabi. So how do you see the future from your point of view for Arabian racing?
Actually, first, I would like to thank His Highness Sheikh Mansoor bin Zayed and Sheikh Fatima Mubarak, and also for this also Dar Sawaya, what you did for His Highness Sheikh Mansoor bin Zayed Festival. Also, thank you all for being here today. On behalf of the Department of Culture and Tourism Authority, our job to promote Abu Dhabi as a culture and tourism destination worldwide. Definitely this festival will support also Abu Dhabi to achieve our target. We Alhamdulillah, I mean, this kind of support is adding big value for the Emirate itself. You will see the numbers increase year by year. It's not only because we promote as a cultural tourism, also we promote Abu Dhabi as a support also destination. And definitely this kind of festival worldwide is pushing also Abu Dhabi to be one of the top tourism destination. You know, we are setting a target for 2021 that's to achieve 8.5 million hotel visitors to the destination. And for this year, 5,500,000 hotel guests. So that's, I mean, it's not only because, I mean, the Department of Culture and Tourism will achieve that target. No, we have that target, but we need also the support from the destination. Definitely, this kind of festival will support us to achieve our target.
Well done. Good.
Thank you.
It's amazing, isn't it? Over 5 million visitors, over 8 million. Wow, the figures are superb. The gentleman on your left, Dr. Ahmed Rami, is a man he's chairman of the Police Youth Council and a very successful businessman in his own right. Sir, how do you see, from your point of view, the future for us?
First of all, thank you for having me. I pay the highest respect to Sheikh Mansoor, Sheikh Fatma, and I thank Lara for her exquisite leadership to manage the whole panel, forum, and the festival. We as youth are a little bit unorthodox. We believe innovation, artificial intelligence is the future. I'll give you one example, and I believe each Australian person would agree with me. If I ask you a question, how can you sell oxygen to people? Do you think it's possible? Two Aussies sold oxygen to people in China. So they've done something impossible. It seems impossible, but it is possible. So I believe the UAE are pioneers in this field, and we could do something in the future, and the door for that is going to be artificial intelligence. I'll give another example. Late 60s, a company discovered the first computer in the world called Altair 8800. Nobody knows about that, yeah? IBM took the idea, Microsoft, and now we have computers. The company who discovered computers are not there. So they call the concept first movers, first followers. So that means we have to seize opportunities. And we are having the opportunity by having our leadership support. We have a Minister of Artificial Intelligence in the UAE. And I think this is amazing. Before we used to have camel races in the UAE, we used to have jockeys. Now we don't have jockeys for camels, we have machines, right? So we are utilizing technology. There is a big difference between being creative and innovative. Being creative, that means each morning you wake up with a new idea. Maybe you dream about it while you are praying, maybe the idea pops in your head. But when you apply it, you are being innovative. We are creative every day with many ideas. But when you try to apply the creative idea, you become an innovative person. Being creative is easy, doesn't cost money, doesn't cost any effort. But when you start to achieve it, you are becoming an innovative person. So this is my point of view about it.
Very interesting indeed. And talking of innovative, I think we can use that expression to describe the lady at the very end there. Lara, this is the 10th anniversary of this incredible series, the Sheikh Mansour Festival, in the 100th year of His Highness Sheikh Zayed. But come on, what's the future like in your mind?
Well, Tomo, what we look for is always new ideas. First of all, we should not be repeating ourselves from year to year. And this is a challenge, a big challenge for all of us, because we're challenging the years that we already have done and successfully, And once you finish it, you have to put it behind you and start another challenge. Today, the Arabian horse racing needs lots of hard work and needs lots of attention from all of us. Because even if we have thought we have reached somewhere, we're still in the average of having more work to be put in. There are some stuff missing, which we always want to do it, want to solve it, but there are some issues that really are moving from one year to another without any answer. This takes not the hard work of one person, it needs all the countries here. In this full forum, we have 90 countries. We are talking about the 6 continents. Every country depends on its own, but when it interacts to exchange the passport between one country to another, you feel some countries work together, but there are a lot that still sit together, talk with each other, but this interaction is still a little bit far. So I think the future is getting there, but we really need to challenge ourselves and come up with something new.
Well said, well said. So Faisal, you've been here, you've heard every word spoken, you've heard some interesting ideas. So now let's get down to it. What are the ideas you like, and what are you going to do about it?
There's many ideas, Tom, but let us separate the problem that we have as a FR. We had a problem with some accounting, some membership, some database, some rule difference, and people start to say, why here's this, here's that. But if we look around, I think it's for me, I have to separate all the file and the word, because now I'm in a different situation. Before I just look for a race course and I want to beat Abu Dhabi or Dubai, but now I want to fix many stuff, and I know many people here and maybe on TV or who from the member in FR and countries that they want to promote racing, and really I want to tell them that I'm sorry, sometimes I cannot do anything with some problem they have, but I would love to do something. Look, and when I took all the country, I went for a statistic. Turkey, they have 2,300 races, and they don't depend on any sponsor. Yeah, 2,300 races.
Wow.
And they won't accept anybody to come from outside. And there's many countries, 100-year racing. I don't want to mention names and people will get upset, but I mean, they're racing from 1902, 1903, 1895, and they have a couple of races now. The things, maybe you will say war, they say people left Arabian horses, they went to thoroughbred, but I think the people who were into it before, they have the passion to race Arabian horses. Then they got Sheikh Zayed when he started to go around the world, Poland, Holland, here. Then they buy from them, he do show race horses. Then Sheikh Mansoor started to support, and many Arabian countries start to support. But I mean, a solid ground is Sheikh Mansoor. For me, I think the solid. That's why I want to always entertain Sheikh Mansoor to this. But this is a sponsorship, like Morocco. I love to talk about Morocco because Moroccan people, they start races a long time ago, and they collapse for a couple of years. Sorik went inside. It's a very good example. Sorik they took over the old mentality away, They put a new mentality. They want to pump the racing. And they have now 670 races. Or maybe Sidrati would say 670 races or 675 races. And they pay for the breeder, 50% from the artificial insemination. Some people in their farm, I went to the farms, they have in 2 years 80 embryo from 20 male. Where the people who say, okay, we don't want imperial, we want to go to back like thoroughbred people. But these people, they are in need of horses because sorry, they want to bet and they do gambling, and if there's no many horses, so they will reduce the amount of racing. So some stuff like this. We should solve, to solve, like breeding, how many imperial. We cannot interfere as a FAR into country unless they want us to help them in some program. But people have to help themselves. Like many people come to me, Faisal, can you speak to Sheikh Mansoor or Festival of Sheikh Mrs. Lara, Festival of Sheikh Mansoor, to support us in these races here or races there? Okay. Can you give me a database? No. Do you have a handicapper? No. Do you have a website? No. It costs you 2,000 euro to do a website. If you are not capable to do a website, how you are capable to have the standard of Sheikh Mansoor Festival? So, I know it's hard work. What I want to say, I want to cut it short, but I have a lot of things because the last 2 days they open fire on FR. Everybody want to blame FR for many stuff done. When I went to throw it, I was the first guy who blaming FR for last 3 years. But I was a big fighter for them. Maybe Jenny, no. But I mean, when I went to throw it, I blame countries. We need to unite. We need to have example. Turkey, Morocco, many new countries. We need to unite. Maybe we can boost some races here and there, but if the other party won't help us, the other side won't help us, we cannot have a good future. But I will say, from my point of view, inshallah, this is a year of Sheikh Zayed. I'm very optimistic. I think we can do it. And you will see it in the ground. Maybe in future you will see what FR will talk about and what we have in our pocket. We have many stuff. We have Purse, we have Siemens Bank, we have races here and there. We have Lara Sawaya. So we have many stuff to push, and we put pressure also more on Lara Sawaya to boost the race.
I love it, but she is so good as well. But Michelle, who was telling us the other day that the number of horses bred in the United States of America drops significantly. Why is that? And what are we going to do about it? What are you going to do? You're the boss of Arabian racing in the USA.
Well, first let me say, from what you're saying is, when you're on the outside looking in, it looks like there's, why is this happening? And then when you get on the hot seat,
It's
then
different.
you understand.
Yes.
So I think that applies to not only IFAR, but WAHU. A lot of things I think that we need to be educated more,
Yes.
so we understand, because I think a lot of times we don't have the full, it's there, but I don't think we all understand. We only see parts.
Yes.
Until you're in it.
In it.
And then you understand that there's a lot more.
But I will fight.
That's
Okay.
good. Now, you're in it now. Answer the question.
Okay. In the U.S., because of what the festival has done, there's been new people come in. And the people that are already in there sometimes get stuck. These new people have brought energy in, and they've brought new ideas, and it gets the ones that are stuck excited. And we have had that with several people in the U.S. that have done a lot to promote. And it gets you like, okay, we can do more. And we haven't been doing enough. One of the things that I've seen, and I don't know if this would apply to all countries, but the partnerships have come in. And yesterday, I believe Terry Eaton was saying, that there's a difference between the thoroughbreds and the Arabians because the owners are so passionate about their horses. And I'm not saying all thoroughbred people aren't, because they are, but it's become a social. It needs to be more social. It needs to be fun. And so these partnerships are bringing in the fun. And it makes it affordable when you're in a partnership. This one in California has 17 members in it. 17. And afterwards, they all get together. Afterwards, they have a party, whether the horse wins or loses. They're having fun. And out of these partnerships, the people that are enjoying this are now starting to go buy their own horse. So that's a way to get more people involved, because it is the sport of kings. It's not a cheap sport to get into, but this makes it where more people can get involved, but it's going to take time. But because of the festival and the sponsorship and the races, it's getting more people involved. And so that's just one way in the United States. New people are coming in, they're stirring up the energy, and the partnerships, I think, are going to be part of the future.
Edward, I'd like to bring you in here, but a lot of people go on about the environment in the world in this day and age. You're based in the UAE. How does horse feed contribute to the welfare of the animal?
Well, we all know that today horse feed is an integral part of the welfare and performance of the animal. Every trainer, every breeder, every horse owner challenges us on a daily basis in our everyday life on the quality of our feed and how it contributes to the welfare of their animal or even the performance of their animal. There are many elements that go into animal feed in general, horse feed in particular. The horse is the most sophisticated animal. National Feed and Flour actually produces the majority of its feed for ruminant and poultry, but we have a smaller, more sophisticated horse feed division that we're trying to grow with the help of our client base in the UAE. This panel, this forum, helps me personally get feedback from the people and understand. Dr. Abdullah talks about history and the importance, and he repeats every time the importance of learning from history. Now we talk about innovation and artificial intelligence. We talk about the environment as well. It's very important to combine all these elements to come up with new ideas, whether it pertains to breeding, training, or even feed manufacturing. In the UAE, the environment, everybody knows, is tough. It's tough on horses, it's tough on performance. So we've learned from our client in the UAE the need to adapt our feed to the different seasons, to the different weather conditions that happen throughout the year. We've also learned the need to combine this history with innovation. You hear stories about when we go to our clients we always hear or have been told that a first cut Timothy hay is what you need to feed your horse, but nobody knows really why. It's been transmitted throughout generations, but actually we know that second cut Timothy hay is actually more expensive and better than for the horses, or is what they think in the United States. In the UAE, it's the opposite. Edward, can you explain? Do you have any nutritional values? Do you have any proofs? We don't. So it raises the questions and the challenges of us helping our customer base understand what's even better for them, because a lot of things that are being done now are being done on habit basis, let's say. especially through the less sophisticated, the breeders or the owners with lesser means. They just learn from the old habits or the older horse owners. What we try to do today is using a platform like, this festival and His Highness Sheikh Mansour's Arabian Horse Racing Festival that, everybody thanks on a daily basis, but you can never really put in words what it has done over the past few years for the Arabian horse racing industry. We've been proud to be the associate sponsor of this festival for 3 years, and year on year, like Lara said before, you've got challenges that you get out of the way, you improve, you finish the year, and you start with something new, and it's always harder to overachieve and continue to overachieve. So the festival, the forum, the races, the accessibility to for me as a GM to having access, being the same with my client base, with people of such intelligence and knowledge in the same room, in the same city for 7 days in a row is humongous for us. So we go back to the feed. We see ourselves having to, alter recipes and formulas that people use in different countries because of the environment. Because we have issues, for example, like sand. When a horse eats off the ground, they develop certain diseases. So this is an issue that probably you have less in the United States. It's a very big issue for us. So we reach also in our R&D department to center of expertise around the world to try also to get these ingredients and material that are needed specifically in our region that will help our own horse breeding industry in the UAE. Being local also, it's always good to put a face. We're only to a name. We're only a phone call away or a few kilometers away from everyone we work with. So National Feed and Flower is trying to grow, but we're also very proud of being associated with this festival because it represents what we are looking to do, and it's also helping us as a company, as an industry, grow and better ourselves every day to, at the end of the day, reach our goal of catering to the needs of our, stakeholders.
Very interesting. Doc, what has turned you on this week? When I say that, if we're watching a touchdown in football, wow, that was great. We're at a conference, so it's not quite that sort of real adrenaline rush. But you've been sitting in the front row. You've been to every meeting that we've had. You've listened to every word, which is superb, and he deserves a big round of applause for that. Outstanding. What's the thing that when you get on the Emirates flight on Monday and you're flying back, what's the thing you're going to say to the person that, I tell you what, that was good? What was it?
Well, first of all, I'm not flying on Monday. I'm staying a little bit more here. Look, I have learned a lot from each participant here. Either owner, from media, trainer, jockeys, breeders. Mary always tell me, you forget about breeders. They are in the first place. So she's not here today. She's here? Okay. So I didn't forget breeders this time. Jockeys, of course I will not forget jockeys because I have my two best friends here sitting here, Xavier and Chris. For me, unlike other commercial entities who sponsor, because people ask me, why you sponsor, horse racing, or why you sponsor something, in the sport, and you are not a commercial entity. For me, it's more than commercial entity. I am recording the history of the United Arab Emirates, and horse racing is very important and dear to the leaders of United Arab Emirates. And this is integral part and very important part of our culture and heritage. So if I don't take my responsibility, and document everything is happening here. This is United Arab Emirates becoming the leading, or it is the leading country in Arabian horse racing. So if I don't capture these moments, not capturing these moments to be away from it, but to live every day with it, because my involvement with Sheikh Mansoor Hospital is not only in the conferences and meetings here and there or attending races, but it is very close. You can't believe when there is a call from Lara, I am scared to pick up the phone because we will never, or she will never stop talking about what will be the future, what are the plans for, the plans for Madrid. It took us how many hundreds of hours we are talking about this, and she's not treating me like any sponsor, just out of courtesy. No, it's a very close relationship that we talk about every single details of everything, because I'm very interested in this. I believe in the Arabian horses. I had a daughter who fell down 3 times from horseback. She was doing the show jump. And she taught me that falling down is not the end of the story. You have to
Get up.
You have to get up again and again, and you will be successful. So that's why from that time, my love and passion for horse racing increased. And when I saw, and I'm a good luck for Chris Mullen, because every time Chris sees me, I'll tell him you will win. He wins. 3 times happened. So I don't know, I didn't read anything on him, but like Shadra, but so it's for me, this is very special and dear to me. Like I played in many other sports, and I attended many schools, like Dr. Ahmed. I did, because Edward said that history must join with innovation. So I did myself. I did my second master on innovation and entrepreneurship together it was a combined program with the higher colleges of technology in UAE. So they brought MIT, Harvard, and Stanford. And the professor from Harvard and MIT and Stanford will come with the curriculum from the United States and teach us. And the course for four months, it will give it in 1 month. So we suffered a lot, but we learned a lot. It helped me a lot in my job, in terms of innovation, in terms of creativity. So we have to think in a creative way. We have to be innovative in our work. So that's why I'm sitting with you, I'm thinking, why we should not have a group of people from innovation, from breeders, it's a group of everyone here, and we think about having a plan how to advance the Arabian horse racing in terms of marketing, in terms of media, in terms of spectators, in terms of jockeys, in terms of database, using of IT. So, this group will give us at least a guidance for topics that we will talk about. Research is very important. Research and development is very important, and we neglect this part. So we should have a group also thinking about what Edward said, about the effect of environment on horses. So many things that we can think of, how to improve the performance of horses. So, I'm not too much into, the rules and regulations of horses, because I blame Faisal. Because for the last 10 years, he kept blaming IFAR, And now it is time for us to blame him if he doesn't do anything. Now you are in, it's our time for revenge, Yes. Yeah. Because I heard you for the last 10 years, that you were complaining about every single issue. Yeah. So now it's the time. And for the last word, I have attended many questions from everybody during all these conferences. But one guy I have a lot of respect for, because whenever he talks, he gives due credit to everyone, and he's appreciative of everyone's works. That is Mr. Khalid Nabuda.
Well done. True. It's true. And he's the best dressed fellow here today. Should we get him to stand up? Khalid, come on, stand up. Look at that outfit today. That was super, Doc. It's lovely. I love listening to this guy, but there's a guy I'd like to listen to now. Any questions? Put your hand up. Sir, would you please stand up? Your name, where are you from, and your question.
Dr. Sidrati from Morocco. As Dr. Abdullah said, I am a man of the past, and I have learned a lot of the 30 years I am in Arabian horses and racing. I have learned first that to avoid the mistakes of the past in the genetics, I hope that beside the 72 stud books the president of OAHO spoke about, I hope that the future stud books regarding to new horses for racing could be discussed in a convention between IFAR and the OAHO. Why? Because the future is not to let new horses appear somewhere from, for all the countries who have no stud books, to do something strong and efficient.
Okay, here comes the answer.
Doctor, before we meet, I spoke to Mr. Peter Bond about this, about any joint venture we can do between IFAR and the WAHO. But there's one point I want to make clear for everyone. There is no less than 1% doubt that the record of WAHO have a problem. Many people talk about purity and the transparency that the WAHO had. So this is very clear. Many people, they have very nice conversation in coffee shop, like I have done before. And they can bluff and talk, but there's no 1% any doubt on your work in the WAHO. And there is joint venture that I would like to do, like you said. But even though it won't reach to the aim or the target that the people want, 2 generation, 3 generation in different country, I will answer you clearly. And I give you example. If you king, God bless him, say I don't want this breed in my country, he can stop it. So every country have different rules. But there was also an argument Gerard Habibian was saying yesterday or before yesterday, about that, you have to be like FIFA. No, we cannot be like FIFA. FIFA established 1904, 1905, I think. 405? Okay, 1905. And the Federation FEI, I think 1921. My lucky number, 21. They started 1921, and only 15 years ago, the people respect the rules. And they stopped when Emirates and different countries had a problem, they stopped them. After 70 years, they had control of the world. If people, and I will make sure to reach to this point, won't have belief in their federation first, in themselves, and believe in our federation, the only federation we have is IFAR, to reach to that point, we will not reach anywhere. It will be both, everybody will be in, and most of the people will go swimming. So we need to cooperate, like you said, and the joint venture from here and there, and we need the support from each single country and each person from here.
Peter, Peter, respond straight away.
Derek,
Sorry, sir.
That's the second point I want to speak about is I'm involved in thoroughbred, and as Dr. Abdullah said, we have a big experience in that field. And now in every country, thoroughbreds have problems to develop. So the problem, I think, is becoming different in the 19th century as we do it now. Some people are happy for their ego to win races and to be strong in racing. But the future is no more here. It's why it's necessary to be innovative. The future is to make our horses belong to our citizens like the football has done. To make our horses belong to our towns like the football has done it. Because today, it's not necessary to think that our ego as an owner or breeder can be sufficient to do a development for the future. The FIFA has done that, and hundreds of millions of people are in love with teams. Many people here went to see Real Madrid and Bayern. It means that we can find a new way to develop. I told to Edward Rothschild, I spoke with him about that. Even for thoroughbred, the future is the example of the FIFA. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. What an interesting subject. Well said. And he is one of the most successful businessmen in Morocco. But Peter, getting back to his original point, your thoughts?
I just want to clear up something from a WAHO perspective and for the information of everyone here. You need to know that WAHO was in existence from 1968. But at that point in time, there was probably only 6 very strong stud books and up to 15 in total. From 68 through to about 10 years ago, we've developed the rest of the stud books through the Middle East, which required inspections and inspections of desert horses and coming to conclusions as to which horses were to be put into the original stud books of many of these Middle East countries. That process was exhaustive, took 35 years, and came to an end. But the main point I want to make just now is that a number of years ago, WAHO took the step amongst its members and its stud books that we would close the stud books, which means that there cannot be any other horse that is not currently in a stud book can get into a stud book. And the only way you can put a horse into a stud book is to breed from the existing horses in those stud books, plus do parentage verification and so forth. Yes, it is possible, but there is no documentation to prove that WAHO is wrong in relation to a few horses that people do talk about. We have done exhaustive studies in relation to those horses, and to be fair and honest to those horses and the countries that they came from, there is no reason legally or otherwise to do anything about taking those horses out. So from WAHO's perspective is that we've produced these 72 stud books. We have a system in place where you can rely on the purity of anything bred from now on. And it is up to you as breeders, racing people, endurance people, show people, to use all of the horses that we consider pure to your taste and to your liking. You can reject or use these horses or reject these horses depending on your particular circumstances. So I'm hoping that that gives you some explanation and some certainty to the concept of purity.
Thank you, Peter, very much indeed. We have a gentleman in the front row. Sir, will you please stand?
Good morning, everybody. I think Mr. Sarbaradi talked about the point I wanted to mention. I believe the way to improve our sport, the way to have more honors, more in racing, it's to be more open mind. For so many years, racing was a sport only for the rich people, and sport of the king. But now mentality change, and the way to improve the sport will be to be more open mind. Like, for example, like Mr. Edward, yesterday you went to the football to meet one customer. And it could be, for example, the same story, you could invite, unfortunately not in Madrid, your customer at the races to meet him. And maybe this person was going to like the atmosphere of racing and could be a future owner.
Which we do in Santa Anita, for example.
Exactly, exactly. The main problem we face, for example, in France, when you go to Longchamp, you don't have anybody in the stands. No one's coming because they can watch on TV. They can watch from the betting shops. But if you go to the trotter side in Vincennes, there is so many people. People's coming, they're enjoying because trotters people are more open mind. It's more family atmosphere. So people going and they enjoy, and that's the way to attract people. So it comes also from us. Jockeys, we have to be more open to people, to go and sign autographs, to have a chat, to have pictures with people. And that's what will make people loving more the sport and push them to come racing. And just to show them, no, this part is for the owners, this part is for the public. Everything has to be a bit more open. People have to be a bit more open mind, and this, I'm sure, will improve the numbers of owners,
yes,
of future owners.
Yeah.
And with the support of His Highness and Sheikh Fatma, who's starting also from the ponies, this will attract also more people because it starts to be also more funny. So it's attracting the parents to push them kids to ride and to be also maybe jockeys, but also maybe the parents to be owners. So what I would like to say, the way to improve our sport will be to be more open-minded, and that's what Mr. Selvaradi says.
Well
Thank
said.
you.
Xavier, thank you. And it's a very interesting point. We have a gentleman here on the right. Sir, tell us your name and where are you from?
أحمد البلوشي مالك خيل من سلطنة عمان. حديثي للأخ
Ahmed
فيصل
Belushi from Oman. I would like to address my word to
طبعا نحن نتمنى أن الفترة القادمة
to the president of IFAR.
نوعية
Of course,
فيما
we wish
يتعلق
that the next period would
لم
be
الشمل
a
لأندية
qualitative
السباق تحت مظلة الاتحاد الدولي.
under the umbrella of the International Federation. What is the authority of the IFAR on the racing clubs under the umbrella of IFAR in case any conflict or dispute happen between an owner and a club? Any problem regarding the equestrian clubs? What is the authority of IFAR in this matter? Thank you.
أول شيء أحمد سؤالك من قسمين يعني
Thank you. Your question has two parts. First of all, you said I, as an authority, what is my authority or my competence on local federation, and what is my competence in case of disputes? So, the disputes or conflicts are subject to the constitution in force in each country or concerned country. For example, today, any decision issued in some race, and if a judgment is issued, this would happen in 5 minutes. So you can either appeal, but you cannot actually appeal or complain or be against the proofs. We talked about this before. For example, the court that His Highness Sheikh Mansoor has established, and we talked with Mr. Ahmed about the interference, the legal or judiciary interference in these laws. But some countries like Canada or other countries can issue one sentence, and then an appeal can be a second option. This problem might occur in some countries, and in other it's not possible. For example, if you establish that there is an obligation to pay some expenses during 5 months, and you cannot actually, you can choose not to obey or not to pay the expenses. Some issues are actually subject to a law that can be a civil law. Each country has its own legal system.
ان
Can
نعمل
we-
سلطه على كاتحاد دولي
Can
على
we be an
الدول.
authority?
شرط
Can we
واحد.
be competent
إذا
as an
الدول
international federation?
وقعت معانا
Can we
في شيء
impose our
يعني
authority
كثير من
on these
الدول
countries?
والممبرز اللي في العالم والمشاهدين اللي يتابعون وانا
Many
اعرف إنه
countries and
كلهم
many
يقرؤون هذا
members
الكلام.
from all around the world that follow
يفكرون إن
us
نحن
might
بنوحد
think
ونسوي
that we
أجندة
unify and
على
that we
كيفنا.
establish
أنا ما أقدر
agenda
أحط أحمد
just
قانون على
in a free
السعودية
way. I
مثل ما
cannot
حط قانون على
impose some law on
يمشي مثل قانون على
KSA
تركيا لأن
and
الإنتاج غير عندهم.
impose
أنا
the
مش
same
مع
law on
الإنتريو أو
Turkey
مع
or
الartificial
Oman.
insemination
No.
كشخص.
For example, I
أنا ما
do
أحب
not
الartificial
support
insemination
artificial
ولا أحب
insemination
أحب
on a
نظام
personal
التربية.
level.
بس دائما
But
يفيد المغرب
if this operation
إذا
or
راحت
if
مثلا
artificial
أنا دائما
insemination
المغرب لأن
is
صدراتي
good
يعني
for Morocco,
رحب ما
I
يزعل لأنه
cannot
الجماعة المغاربة أخواننا يعني
prohibit.
أو عندنا مثلا هشام معانا
For
يعني
example,
في
Hisham
الممبرشيب.
also is
في
with us
executive
in the executive board.
المغرب يقول لك
Morocco, for
المراهن اللي له يد العليا
The bidder
اللي له يد العليا من الكاش يقول
which
لك إذا
has
ما في
actually
توفر خيل موجودة في
the money
السباقات
might
أنا ما
tell
بعمل
you
لك
if
سباق.
there is no
فيضطر
horse
صدراتي ويضطر كريمين ويضطر
participating
الشباب
in the race, I would
الموجودين
not put
أن
my
يعمل
bid.
امبريو يعمل ثلاثة
In this
أربعة
case,
يصلح ما
embryo
يصلح
transfer might
ضد
be
الطبيعة.
needed.
نعم هل
Is it
أربعة يطلعون
good?
جروب
Is
وان؟
it bad?
مثلا بذكر لك الدهمة
Depends on the conditions
هذا النقاش
and
البارحة
on the
دار الدهمة
circumstances.
جروب 1
Dahma, group
صح؟
1, like yesterday we
عنده
talked
12
about,
راس،
and there's 12 heads, one group.
الموضوع إن وايد بنتطرق له لكن
So
أنا إذا
this
وقعت
subject is
الدول معانا
controversial,
وإن
but
شاء الله
if the
نحن ماسكين
countries
في
are
السياق
signatories
إذا وقعت الدول معانا
with us
والتوحد الداخلي يعني بين عمان وعمانيين وبين السعوديين بين هذا نحن نخلق فرص. أنا بشرك بشغلة
agreement among Saudi citizens, among Omani citizens. We can achieve some kind of general agreement. This year, I created many opportunities.
عربي أحسن ها؟ أنا السنة حطيت خطة
I created
وإن شاء الله للإكزيكتيف
a strategy for this year, and I hope it would be considered by the executive board. I mentioned Morocco as an example, and I said this because I went to visit and I observed the whole process. But we have a new country, 25,000 horses. It's a big market. Really, it's bigger than you can imagine, which is the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. 27,000 horses. If we created a commercial environment, we also have to have a certain commercial aspect in the federations. Of course, there's the romantic part. You can love the horse, etc. But at the end of the day, you have to receive an income. We have to create new strategies. For example, the International Federation might focus on the new markets. For example, let's include China. Let's work with China. If China participated in our market, that would be huge. So we are talking about 3,000 breeders in KSA. If we created or if we work with this market, if Arabian purebreds, of course we are talking about racing purebreds. We have to create an environment, like Mr. Ziani said. I'm talking about creating markets in order to implement all these steps. But the countries, if they sign an agreement, we will achieve, we will try to implement all of these plans. And I'm sorry I was long. Thank you.
And your question?
From Saudi Arabia. I have two parts.
سؤالك عندي أنا من العربية السعودية.
Michelle, you mentioned in the States there was a drop of the number of breeders and owners in the last few years, and now hopefully this is picking up. And learning from our mistakes in the past will for sure help us build a better future. So could you please share with us some of the reasons why those numbers have dropped in the past, and
Michelle?
how can we avoid getting into these problems in the future? The second part.
Let's get the answer to this one first.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, I think that one of the main reasons they dropped is because there were questions about the, if the horse was pure, and people were breeding. These are people that are old breeders that have been breeding for years, and they felt like why should they continue to breed if they were going to be competing against something that wasn't pure? I think that after speaking with Faisal and Peter, I think that if it's made more clear and simple of what is accepted, and because there's a couple of people in the U.S. that are young that have come into racing, and they say we're following the rules, and they are following the rules. But I think there's so many people out there that aren't educated with what is acceptable and what isn't, so they think that they're going to stop breeding because they can't compete. But I think that if we educate people what is accepted, what isn't, then I think we will have people breeding again because they know that they have a chance of being able to be on the same playing field. Does that answer your question?
I think it does. Sarah, what is your second point?
The second point is for Mr. Faisal and Peter. Talking about each country has its own regulations. I understand that, but I do believe this is actually doing more harm for the industry than benefiting the industry. If we talk about the FIFA, I'll explain that. If you talk about the FIFA and the rules and regulation of the soccer games, you cannot have some regulations in one country and then have that team go compete globally. We can build a very strong industry in one of the countries, and we can help that. But if you want to have these horses coming from all of these different countries and competing in one global event where each of these countries actually have different rules, how can you make that competition fair when you have the...
Easy.
Very good question.
Easy. Salim, actually what you're talking about is minor, it's 5% only, because only the people who have good horses, they travel around the world. The small breeder doesn't travel around the world. And who have this 5%, they breed for these countries. We have very, very minor rules and regulation different between countries. Like when the horses start and finish, doping, blood sample, steward, grand jury, where they take you to the court, or when they judge you, is equally. It's just some countries have problem with it. Like Egypt, they start racing in 1895. They will not accept any horses from outside. You can bring your horse, but you cannot race. So, because they think that Arabian, the only Egyptian bloodline is the best. So we don't have at all, except with a Group 1, some bloodline, yes, in some country. But I mean, who will breed Group 1? 95% Salim, they travel easily, they come and go, unless we have a political problem between each other.
Very interesting. Thank you, sir. I'm going to move on to the next question because we're running out of time. Sir.
Thank you very much for the panel. They are talking about the future, and we are with them in the same boat, and I think we will make the future. My point is to Mr. Peter. It was my pleasure seeing you today after 10 years of this conference. My question, I am one of the small breeders in United Arab Emirates, and I would like to be number 1.
You are
the future.
You are a big breeder? Khalid, you are a big breeder. You are not small breeder. Keep saying you are big. You are the biggest breeder in UAE.
Yes, you are. It's Khalid, you are actually.
Stop saying I'm small breeder, small breeder. You are a big breeder, Khalid.
My question to Waho, you see, today I want to breed the best. I want to go to the best stallion. Why I should think about the certain line accepted in certain country or not. If we are, all of us will be building the future. Okay, we shouldn't, I think, waste our time to see if this horse allowed and that horse is not allowed. I think WAHO need to clear up more with each country about their rules. I didn't think we should question any horse if WAHO accepted, because WAHO, it's like the mother foundation for all the Arabian. So maybe WAHO need to spend some time with certain country to allow us. I am one of the breeders. Why I should take a permission? Why, if I cover one of my mares of one stallion, all of us, we know that France have most of the best stallions. Okay, if tomorrow I use one of the stallions and I want to race certain country, why I will not be allowed? Why, after 3 years, I am spending money to raise this baby? Okay, who will pay me that? Thank you very much.
Peter, your immediate response to that.
Again, I think this forum needs to understand where WAHO sits and where racing sits with IFA and the various racing bodies and their rules. As far as WAHO is concerned, we have the 72 stud books, of which the definition of a purebred in WAHO's terms and accepted by all of the stud books unanimously was that if a horse is in one of the stud books approved by WAHO, well then it's a purebred. So it's got away from desert breeding and all of this sort of stuff. If it's in a book and the book is accepted by WAHO, it's a purebred. Now, WAHO has extensive rules and regulations agreed to by all 72 registries as to registration and the way you register, and the horses that in import and export, if they're from an established stud book that's accepted by WAHO and it goes to another country, it cannot be rejected on pedigree. It can only be rejected if it's the wrong horse and the identification process isn't right. But on pedigree, it cannot and must not be rejected. Okay, so if you have a horse that goes from Saudi into the UAE, if it's in the Saudi stud book, it's supplied with the correct papers, the DNA, the export certificates, and so forth to the UAE. The horse cannot be rejected by the UAE registry or stud book based on pedigree.
But can he race or no?
No. Keep WAHO over here and racing bodies over here.
Can he race or no?
WAHO has no issue with any activity that is endurance or showing or racing, implementing their own rules and regulations. We do not get involved in any of these activities, and we don't want to for obvious reasons. We're there purely to make sure that the horses that you can use are considered purebred, and they're interchangeable between the 72 stud books. How they're used or able to be used in different activities is beyond our control and to a degree beyond our interest. It is the racing people that decide of the WAHO horses if they want to exclude for one reason or another based on issues that are particular to racing. They are allowed to do so, and WAHO will not interfere. But you have to all start in racing, for purebred racing, with purebred horses, and they all have to come from the 72 stud books. I hope that explains something.
Yes. Peter, thank you very much indeed. We're running out of time. We have time for 2 more questions. Who's the next, sir?
Mohamed Karimine du Maroc. Bravo à tous les orateurs.
Well, I'd like to congratulate all the speakers and the organizers for choosing this subject to discuss. And I think that there's 2 questions that were put in the room that summarize the future of the races. First, how can we have one single authority? It's difficult between the IFA and the WAHO, so that we all have the same regulations everywhere. I think that is very important because there's very few of us, really, and we should be able to reach an agreement. And the second thing is that we need to open up to the world. Faisal mentioned that when he mentioned the breeding capacities in Saudi Arabia and the number of breeders that can exist in Saudi Arabia. I think that we need to tend to make ownership more democratic. We need to open up. We need to increase. When you see the thoroughbreds in France, you need large stables, but we need small owners. Sometimes you have 10, 15, 20 who pay for a horse, and I think that we need to work in that way in order to develop Arab thoroughbreds. We need to open up to the world, open up to small owners, small breeders, and I think in that way we will be eventually be able to make progress.
From the back of the young lady.
Continuing on the subject of questionable horses and pedigrees, I want to go on what Peter Pond says. It should be clear to everyone that WOW is the authority for the pedigrees, and being the things what they are, that some horses which are in our eyes questionable because we see the difference in the way of racing of these horses and the old lines, we just have as racing authorities to adapt to that. Every football player doesn't play in Real Madrid or the international level. Let us just set up 3 levels, what we did it in Belgium. We did 3 levels of racing. We have the heritage horses. We all know these are the classic old bloodlines, and they race tail in the air and they have the nice typey head. That's one thing. They don't have the same speed. And then we have the open races with the manganats in. And then we also had the race, we had a couple of races where a direct Weixen was allowed to race. And it's 3 different calibers, 3 different levels of racing. And why not? In football also, we have the locals, the mediums, and the international ones. We have to accept horses have different levels. And also, the small guys can also enjoy racing. Why not?
And why not? That's a great question. Thank you, Nelly. And we're coming to Ostend. It's part of the Sheikh Mansour Festival. I'm looking at my watch because it is now 12:05 here in Spain in the afternoon, and we have the workshop, which is going to start in 20 minutes from now. Can I just ask you to give a big round of applause to the star-studded team? That was outstanding. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. We're going to take a short break, but plenty still to come. Stay with us. Right, could we please stand for a photo? It's a photo. Please go and get a coffee.
في ملتقى الخيول العربية الأصيلة هنا في العاصمة الإسبانية مدريد، بعد هذا الحديث الشيق من الحضور الذين أثروا الجلسة. الحديث في الفترة القادمة سيكون ورشة عمل عن أهم المخرجات التي يجب أن يخرج بها هذا الملتقى في هذا العام، ومهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد للخيول العربية الأصيلة في موسمه وعامه العاشر. أرحب بكم مشاهدينا الكرام، وأرحب باسمكم بضيفي الذي يتواجد معي في هذا الاستوديو، استوديو الربط ما بين الجلستين، أخوي محمد الحضرمي. صباح الخير.
صباح النور أخوي.
صباح الخير، لا مساء الخير.
مساء الخير خلاص الحين.
وربعنا هناك بعد عندهم مساء الخير الحين.
نعم.
مسا عليك بالخير ورحب فيك، الحمد لله على السلامة.
مساء النور، الله يسلمك يا أخوي عمر، ونحن نشكر لكم تواجدكم أخوي عمر المتواصل وتألقكم صراحة في نقل الملتقى العالمي لمهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد لسباقات الخيل العربية. أحب أني أنتهز الفرصة هذه أخوي عمر وأشكر سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد الله يحفظه على دعمه المتواصل لسباقات الخيل العربية، وأيضا أشكر سمو الشيخة فاطمة بنت مبارك أم الإمارات الله يحفظها على دعمها المتواصل لسباقات السيدات، وأيضا سواء كان في القدرة والتحمل أو في الفلات ريس. أخوي عمر بعد أحب أنتهز الفرصة هذه وأخبركم عن أن من ضمن برنامج الملتقى هذا راح يكون في سباق قدرة اللي هي من ضمنها راح تكون بطولة أسبانيا المفتوحة، وأيضا راح يكون فيه كأس سمو الشيخة فاطمة بنت مبارك الله يحفظها وكأس سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد. اليوم راح تكون مجريات الفحص البيطري الساعة 4 راح تنطلق إن شاء الله في مدريد، وباكر من الصباح إن شاء الله الساعة 6 عندنا انطلاق سباق 3 ستار، ومن بعدها تتوالى انطلاقات السباقات بطولة إسبانيا وكأس الشيخة فاطمة بنت مبارك للسيدات، وأيضا كأس سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد.
نعم، بالتزامن مع سباق القدرة في يوم الغد بإذن الله سنكون حاضرين معكم على الهواء مباشرة مشاهدينا الكرام في تغطية خاصة من إشبيلية لسباقات السرعة، سباقات الخيول العربية الأصيلة التي تقام بتنظيم مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد للخيول العربية الأصيلة. في يوم الأمس كنا في كاستيو دي فينولاس هنا في العاصمة الإسبانية مدريد. في الصباح في الفترة الصباحية استضفنا إيميليو هو الشخص المسؤول عن هذه القلعة، وهي مكان خاص متواجد في العاصمة الإسبانية مدريد. كان هناك عروض إسبانية، عروض الخيل، الغناء على الطريقة الإسبانية، الفلامينغو، الجيتار. وهذه صورة طبعا سفير الدولة في سلطنة عمان يصل، وهؤلاء الحضور الذين يصلون إلى القلعة، علما بأن هذه القلعة أقيم فيها زواج حفل زفاف أحد المشاهير اللي هو سيرجيو راموس لاعب المنتخب الإسباني ونادي ريال مدريد. أقام حفل زفافه في نفس المكان اللي كنا متواجدين فيه في يوم الأمس، ويعتبر كاستيو دي فينولاس من الأماكن المشهورة هنا في العاصمة الإسبانية مدريد، لكن مع الأسف غير متاح للعامة. هو مكان خاص وأعتقد مملوك من قبل بنك سانتاندير، يعني هو ملكية خاصة مش ملك حكومي. حتى كان في كثير من الفعاليات، الرسم، خفة اليد، الغناء، العزف، ومن ثم تخلل هذا الحديث حفل عشاء. بعد حفل العشاء هذه هي الفرقة التي كانت تغني الفلامينكو، وهذا هو السيد ديريك تومسون، السيدة لارا صوايا مدير تنفيذي مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد للخيول العربية الأصيلة، وعدد من الشخصيات البارزة والهامة في عالم رياضة القدرة وسباقات السرعة وسباقات الخيل، والمهتمين بالشأن العام اللي كانوا من ضمن الحضور هذه الطاولة اللي ضمت معالي السفراء وسعادة عبد الله الرئيس المدير العام للأرشيف الوطني. محمد، مكان حلو
والله مكان جميل اخوي عمر. البارحه صراحه استمتعنا في حفل العشاء، سواء كان بالاجواء وايضا الغابه واللي هي المحميه اللي معروف عنها انها محميه صيد اللي تحيط بالقصر هذا. استمتعنا فيها صراحه البارحه، اجواء جميله كانت، التقينا فيها مع مختلف يعني المنتمين لرياضه سباقات الخيل العربيه. شفنا جزء من التراث الاسباني، يعني هذه الرقصات اللي شفناها والرقصات الشعبيه والاغاني الشعبيه كانت صراحه جميله ان الواحد يتعرف عليها هنا في مدريد في اسبانيا. وصراحه نشكر مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد على اتاحه الفرصه يعني للزوار او الحاضرين في هذا الملتقى انهم يشوفون هذه يعني مثل ما تقول الفلكلور الشعبي الخاص باسبانيا هنا. وشكر خاص صراحه لارا صوايا على هذا الابداع صراحه اللي ياسين نشوفه سنه عن سنه من خلال مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد.
نعم، الآن سنذهب مشاهدينا الكرام إلى الحديث عن سباقات القدرة. محمد، في عندنا السباق يوم الغد والسباق بعد الغد، شو الفرق ما بين السباقين؟
شوف أخوي عمر، تقريبا هو باكر عندنا معظم السباقات راح تكون سباقات دولية اللي هي سباق ال3 ستار، وأيضا سباقات ال2 ستار اللي منها راح يكون كأس سمو الشيخة فاطمة بنت مبارك للفردي والفرق، اللي راح تكون فيه مشاركة لمنتخب سيدات الإمارات. فارسات الإمارات راح يكونوا إن شاء الله على موعد إن شاء الله مع التألق باكر. ونتمنى لهم التوفيق ولجميع المشاركين.
160
لا، ال 160 3 ستار غير، وسباق الكاس سمو الشيخة فاطمة بنت مبارك راح يكون 2 ستار للفردي والفرق. ايضا اخوي عمر راح يكون في سباق اللي بطولة اسبانيا المفتوحة، اللي هي تقريبا اهم بطولة بالنسبة للاسبان، الفرسان الاسبان. راح تكون في مشاركة اماراتية لكن مشاركات فردية لفرسان مثل علي الرميثي، واعتقد بطيق غمران القبيسي بعد ايضا راح يكون مشارك. نتمنى لهم التوفيق، نتمنى لجميع المشاركين التوفيق. لكن تواجد مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد في الاحداث الكبيره مثل هاي، سواء لسباقات الخيل العربيه او لسباقات القدره والتحمل، هذا لما يدل على يعني حجم اللي اخذه مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد، انه دائما يتواجد في الاحداث الكبيره سواء كان في دوله الامارات او خارج دوله الامارات. وكل هذا اخوي عمر بدعم من سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد الله يحفظه، بدعم رياضه الخيل، سواء كان من سباقات قدره والتحمل او كان سباقات الخيل العربيه الاصيله. نشكرها الله يطول عمره على هذا الدعم واستمرار هذا الدعم. ايضا حتى الناس اللي هني موجودين سواء كان في اوروبا او في اي مكان حول العالم يطمعون اليوم انه يكون رعايه ودعم مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد لفعالياتهم الكبيره.
جميل. شكرا لك محمد، ان شاء الله نلتقي في ورشه العمل بعد فاصل قصير. مشاهدينا الكرام سنذهب الان متابعه فاصل قصير. ديريك تومسون قال من نهايه الجلسه الاولى في 20 دقيقه، كان اتوقع ان ياخذون تقريبا من 20 الى نص ساعه على بدايه الجلسه الثانيه والاخيره التي تعتبر هي جلسه نقاشيه ما فيها موضوع معين، لكن سيتم التطرق الى مخرجات هذا الملتقى. نلقاكم بعد لحظات.
مضمار تشرشل داونز يستضيف أولى السباقات الكلاسيكية في أمريكا. ألمع المهرات بعمر ال3 سنوات يتنافسن لنثر جمالهن وقوتهن خلال موقعات كنتاكي أوكس. لقاء حماسي مثير سيحبس الأنفاس قبل أن يتم تتويج ملكة جديدة بالورود الحمراء. كنتاكي أوكس بنسخته 144 تشاهدونه عبر قناة ياس. أولى كلاسيكيات الموسم الأوروبي سيحتضنها مضمار نيوماركت البريطاني. يومان من التحديات والمنافسة الساخنة بين أبرز مدربي أوروبا وأقوى فرسانها. نخبة من ألمع المهور والمهرات سيدخلون في صراع شرس لحسم لقبي 1000 وال2000 جنس الإنجليزي. سباقات جنس البريطاني، سباق 2000 جنس على قناة ياس. حدث هو الأجمل يعود بنا لزمن حياة الأجداد، عندما كانت الأشرعة البيضاء تزين زرقة مياه الخليج. 50 ميلا بحريا من المنافسة في عرض البحر، وصراع للتتويج باللقب الأغلى. فعالية استثنائية تمثل جمال الحضارة الإماراتية العريقة. سباق القفال للمحامل الشراعية على قناة ياس. صراع يمتد لأكثر من قرن من الزمن. أكبر الفرق جماهيرية وأكثرها تتويجاً بالألقاب، ومنافسة للتربع على عرش الكرة الإيطالية. يوفنتوس صاحب الألقاب ال12 أمام تحدي تاريخي في الدفاع عن لقبه للعام الثالث على التوالي. أما الميلان صاحب ال5 ألقاب في مهمة ليست بالبسيطة لانتزاع اللقب والظفر بالكأس. قمة تاريخية من قلب الأولمبيكو. نهائي كأس إيطاليا، يوفنتوس ميلان، في هذه الأوقات على أبو ظبي الرياضية.
New look, new challenge.
Oppa, boom boom ستايلك.
بثقة ينطلق، وبدقة ينقض على الهدف، وبين البداية والنهاية رحلة يسابق بها الرياح، حاملا على جناحيه أحلاما للظفر بالرموز ونيل أغلى الكؤوس. منافسات الصيد بالصقور على قناة ياس. أمواج البحر حملت أحلامهم، فكان البحر شاهداً على إرثهم. أسلوب حياة عاشه الأجداد يحمله الأحفاد اليوم عشقاً في القلوب. رحلة الأجداد يكملها الأحفاد، ليس للفوز فقط بل للحفاظ على هذا الإرث الغالي. سباقات المحامل الشراعية على قناة ياس. مضمار تشرشل داونز يستضيف أولى السباقات الكلاسيكية في أمريكا. ألمع المهرات بعمر 3 سنوات يتنافسن لنثر جمالهن وقوتهن خلال موقعة كنتاكي أوكس. لقاء حماسي مثير سيحبس الأنفاس قبل أن يتم تتويج ملكة جديدة بالورود الحمراء. كنتاكي أوكس بنسخته 144 تشاهدونه عبر قناة ياس. أولى كلاسيكيات الموسم الأوروبي سيحتضنها مضمار نيوماركت البريطاني. يومان من التحديات والمنافسة الساخنة بين أبرز مدربي أوروبا وأقوى فرسانها. نخبة من ألمع المهور والمهرات سيدخلون في صراع شرس لحسم لقبي 1000 وال2000 جينيس الإنجليزي. سباقات جينيس البريطاني، سباق 1000 جينيس على قناة ياس. حدث هو الأجمل يعود بنا لزمن حياة الأجداد، عندما كانت الأشرعة البيضاء تزين زرقة مياه الخليج. 50 ميلا بحريا من المنافسة في عرض البحر، وصراع للتتويج باللقب الأغلى. فعالية استثنائية تمثل جمال الحضارة الإماراتية العريقة. سباق القفال للمحامل الشراعية على قناة ياس. سباقات الخيول ليست رياضة فقط، بل هي شغف يتوارثه الأجيال. استعدوا للاحتفال بروح سباقات السرعة الفرنسية، وكونوا شاهدين على أحد أعرق سباقات السرعة حول العالم. سباقات السرعة الفرنسية 2018 على قناة ياس. صراع يمتد لأكثر من قرن من الزمن. أكبر الفرق جماهيرية وأكثرها تتويجاً بالألقاب، ومنافسة للتربع على عرش الكرة الإيطالية. يوفنتوس صاحب الألقاب ال12 أمام تحدي تاريخي في الدفاع عن لقبه للعام الثالث على التوالي. أما الميلان صاحب ال5 ألقاب في مهمة ليست بالبسيطة لانتزاع اللقب والظفر بالكأس. قمة تاريخية من قلب الأولمبيكو. نهائي كأس إيطاليا، يوفنتوس ميلان، في هذه الأوقات على أبو ظبي الرياضية.
You look new challenge.
Oppa boom boom style'ak.
ينطلق. وبدقة ينقض على الهدف. وبين البداية والنهاية رحلة يسابق بها الرياح، حاملا على جناحيه أحلاما للظفر بالرموز ونيل أغلى الكؤوس. منافسات الصيد بالصقور على قناة ياس. أحدهما استلهم من التراث والآخر يعكس المستقبل. القوارب السريعة تختلف في الشكل والمواصفات، وتجمعها قدرة هائلة وسرعة لا تضاهى. سباقات الزوارق السريعة على قناة ياس.
أحمد الهاملي، فريق الفيكتوري تيم دبي، مسابق فورمولا 1 الزوارق السريعة. والله صارنا في سباقات البحرية من يوم نحن صغار متربين في البحر، بس الفورمولا 1 صار لي الحين 11 سنة متواصل في سباقات الفورمولا 1. بعد الفورمولا 1 ما في يعني هي مثل ما تقولين التوب بعد الفئات اللي قبلها، مثل الاكس كات والفورمولا 2 والفورمولا 1 الفورمولا 4، فهي هذه اخر فئه الاقوى فئه، فهذا اللي كنت اطلع عليه اني اوصل للفئه الكبيره. نحن البحر عايشين على البحر وفي البحر نحن، يعني من صرنا من ايام زمان، وهذا شيء مثل ما تقولين في العائله، كنا عايشين في البحر جنب البحر وما عندنا غير البحر. اكيد المتابعه هي ممارسه السباقات باستمراريه، تطوير الشخص، تطوير الاداء، شيء طبيعي. يعني مثل خلاص استوت حياتي في البوت، فعارف اغلاطي وعارف اني مثل ما تقولين ان في اغلاط وفي تصحيح، مثل خلاص بيتي، يعني مثل ما تقولين بيتي. والله أنا كشخص أهوى السباقات هاي بشكل عام، مش إني أسابق على أساس إني أنا يعني أنا أعيش من وراهن، ولا أنا أحب السباقات البحرية أكثر عن يعني لو شو يصير أحاول إني أكمل السباقات ما أوقف سباقات. فمش إن أحب الرياضة، حبي للرياضة هذه هو اللي يخليني أستمر وإني أتعب في الاستمرارية. فكل إنسان يعني يحب عنده شيء هواية معينة، فأنا هذه هوايتي اللي ما أقدر يعني خلاص أستغر معاه طول حياتي، ما في شيء ثاني. كالعادة نفسية طبعا قبل السباق أكيد متحمس وانتظر وقت السباق كالعادة، يعني حماس. هي هذه حلاوة السباق، الانتظار، التوقيت والالتزام بالتوقيتات والحماس قبل السباق وهي والتعب السباق. مجهز نفسي متمرن على الحوادث، إن شاء الله ما أسوي أي حادث زيادة لأني خلاص تعبت. فهذا سباق، أي سباق في العالم سباق السرعة، والواحد اللي يريد ينتج ينجز إنجاز في المراكز الأولى لازم يعني أن فيها مخاطرة. ما الواحد يعني هذا السباق سرعة، وكل العالم في سرعة وفي تفكير سرعة، فالأمور تحصل أي مكان، حتى في الشارع لو تمشي شوي شوي في حادث. هني على الأقل في حادث بس في لجنة تشوف المتسابق، عينه على المتسابق، جاهزين. في حادث صار له مستشفى، إسعاف، كل شيء موجود في اللجنة. يعني الحمد لله الأمان الحين صار في سباقات الفورمولا 1 تقريبا من أقوى السيفتي، يعني خاصة تركيزهم في السيفتي. كل سنة، كل شهرين، كل 3 شهور يتغير. يعني أهم شيء عندهم هم الفورمولا 1 تركيز السيفتي على المتسابق، ما يهمهم أي شيء ثاني. لو يشوفون في أي خطر في السباق يوقفونه. احنا الحين في تخطيط ان نأسس جيل جديد متسابقين فورمولا 1، فورمولا 4، سباقات البحريه. ففريق الفيكتوري ينظر انه يأسس فريق مثل يسوي مدرسه مطبقين تعليم المتسابقين، ويصنع زوارق جديده من مصنع الفيكتوري. فكرته انه ينتج متسابقين من دولة الإمارات، متخصصين من دولة الإمارات. فنظرة حلوة في الفيكتوري، يعني أن متسابقين فورمولا 4 وفورمولا 1 يكونون، وفورمولا 2، يعني بشكل عام سباقات بحرية بشتى الطرق كاملة. فكرة حلوة بتكون يعني أنا أشوف أنه بيزيد عدد المتسابقين الإمارات الزوارق البحرية، لأن قبل كان أعلى نسبة متسابقين من الإمارات، صار نقص. ليش ما في اهتمام؟ قل الاهتمام شوي بالمتسابقين. فالحين في السباقات البحرية في الإمارات نزلت بشكل كبير، بس الحين رجعوا يفكرون يعدلون فيها، يطوروها، وبتتطور أزيد وأزيد في حال انضمام الفورمولا 1 والفورمولا 2 والفورمولا 4 في السباقات، تكون في السباقات الداخلية في الإمارات. فأتوقع أنه شيء جيد.
أهلا بكم من جديد مشاهدينا الكرام. نحن بانتظار انطلاق الجلسة الأخيرة التي ستكون عبارة عن ورشة عمل لاستخلاص كل ما تم الحديث عنه في الأيام السابقة، وتحديدا في الجلسات النقاشية في هذا المنتدى، الملتقى العالمي للخيول العربية الأصيلة هنا في مدريد. سنذهب الآن إلى ديريك تومسون والجلسة الأخيرة.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our final session of the week. And this is what we call the workshop. I've been joined by Lara Sawaya, and we're going to get not just her thoughts, but we want your thoughts. We've got the microphones available around the room, so we want your questions, your impressions. We're going live around the world on Yes TV, also the Sheikh Mansour Festival website. And as I always say at this time, I don't want you to leave after this and say, I wish I'd asked that question. Ask it. It's as simple as that. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lara Sawaya. Lara, I'd like your thoughts, first of all, just to get things going. What is the global strategy for Arabian racing?
We have spoken a lot these past 2 days. So many strategies has been spoken about. The only strategy that we can talk about is the Arabian horse, how to make better things go smoothly for the countries. Every time we heard in the future many things about countries that don't put their informations clearly, for having a clear database for every single race they have in their own countries. This is something we will talk about a little bit later. Dr. Abdallah has spoken about a nice idea, which we should have like a panel of a few people for innovations from different sectors. Can I have a microphone for Dr. Abdallah?
Yes, Doc, here we are. You can talk into mine. Here we are. It's coming now. Dr. Abdallah.
Yes.
Can you clarify more your idea to put this panel for what exactly? Because and under whose umbrella?
Under your umbrella.
No, under my boss umbrella, not my umbrella. I work for him. No, but please clarify the idea, because there is a way it is okay, and in other ways might not work.
Yeah. Well, my idea was to create a group of people, one representative of different aspects of the Arabian horse races. One representing, for example, the owners, one representing breeders, one representing trainers, one representing jockeys, one from media and marketing, from television, yourself, people from youth council. This group will come up with ideas which will, at the end, will shape into a strategic plan. Let's say a short-term, mid-term, and long-term strategic plan.
You're talking about UAE, or you're talking about the world?
About?
Globally or only UAE?
No, globally, of course. It's Arabian horse, where we want to take Arabian horse racing globally. From the perspectives of Sheikh Mansoor, because we are talking about the festival.
Yes.
And we know that the festival, together with IFAR, they are working hands in hands to promote the vision and the values of Arabian horses, bringing into future. So that is what this group will think about, how we will promote this globally.
What do you mean by promoting globally? Already we are here, and we travel the world together in every country. I need to understand only the global point. Because afterwards I will have some people to see who's with and not with the idea.
Okay, we are hearing lots of problems here.
Yes.
And everybody's saying, we as owners, we don't have enough participation, we don't have enough embryo, we don't have so many things. There are so many issues that these are directly attached to the improvement of the Arabian racing globally. That the mandate of Sheikh Mansoor Festival, Sheikh Mansoor has created this festival in order to take these Arabian horses into a certain level on the top to be compatible with thoroughbred.
Yes.
So, okay. So in order to reach to that level, we need to do some creative ideas, innovative ideas. And who will give us these creative ideas and innovative ideas? These are everybody in this room. So the owners, the breeders, the trainers, the jockeys, the media, sponsors, everybody will have say something. We give us an idea how to elevate this horse racing into a next step. How we will reach to our goal, which is the top goal, that is to be same level of the thoroughbred. So somebody talked about the example of FIFA, Mr. Sadrati, Dr. Sadrati. Somebody is talking about, different sports. I listened to some others talking about why we don't have, some kinds of races, countries against countries, clubs against clubs. So there are so many ideas to bring this together. So if we have this group, incubator, this group, to think about all of these problems and how we solve the problems and how we can reach to that level which His Highness Sheikh Mansour is set the goal and target for us. That was the idea.
Who is with the idea?
Put your hands up, please, if you think this is a good idea. Thank you.
And who is against the idea?
Show me who's against.
And don't be scared.
And he's a big fella.
Who is against the idea?
Nobody. Nobody's put the hand up. It's all right.
Don't be scared. You can put your hand.
Exactly. He's not that big. Where's your hand? That's a good question.
With your hand.
Yes. Come on. Where is your hand?
You, Ala? Can we give only 1 minute the mic for Ala, please? Mr. Ala from Nirvana, Ala Al-Ali. You have seen his name, but he just arrived from the airport. Ala, can you stand up, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Ala is the CEO of Nirvana.
Hello.
His employees, you saw that has been very thankful to them, from Vinosh to our beautiful Ola and Murad, who also were taking care of all your tickets, of course, along with Vasant from Amer Agency. But it was Nirvana this time who has made all the tickets and the accommodation for all of us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
First of all, I would like to thank everyone for being here, and I would like to mention that it's my extreme pleasure and honor being in this forum. One of the best things we have is that this forum generally is one of the best forums in terms of the collaboration between the government, semi-government, and corporate companies in Abu Dhabi private sector. You find them all putting hands in hands just to make sure that there is a big success at the end of the day. And if we would like to thank, the management also of
thank you.
Headed by Lara, and of course on top of it, His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed.
Thank you, Ala.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, did your hand go up?
Okay, Dr. Abdullah.
Here we go.
And he's with my plan.
I know. Dr. Abdullah, when you said a group, this group that will cover the world, it should be from the big guys, for a reason, the players. Because if this player is not there, then we don't have the stream to push the idea to go through. صح? Why are you looking at me, Faisal, like this? For example, yes, we have 25 countries in IFAR. 32, but some are silent. Yes, we have 22? Yes, active. Yes. We also have countries from IFRA, the 56. And they are additional country to the countries of IFAR. We can have, as all of you agreed, in this group, of course you, doctor, because we want to learn from the archives. We need Faisal because he is IFAR.
Really?
Because he has power on the countries, because he chairs 21 countries, 22 countries. صح? Okay. We need Wahoo, Peter, because you were pointing on me, because also we are going roundabouts with the same lines, year after year. And this is what makes everyone happy, is to see you there. صح? Yes. What do you think, guys? Yes. We want a jockey to represent. But I have one jockey from the two, so they decide between them.
We'll make a
Leader jockeys. Who? Gianni?
Xavier.
Xavier? Okay. He's not a singer.
No, he's
Who?
not.
Singer?
I've heard him sing. No,
He's
no,
married. He has a beautiful wife called Julie.
No. Okay, okay. Thank you. Move on, move on.
Okay. No, really, guys. We really need to now have a brain for IT. I want Jonathan. Where is Jonathan? He left?
Jonathan Horowitz.
You should be part of this group because you're so creative.
Okay, is anybody taking note?
No, don't worry. I know the note. 1 minute. Okay. Can you stand up the names only that I pointed? Just to stand up. I'm Mansoor فيك تقعد. But Faisal لازم يوقف.
Xavier, will you stand up? Oh, sorry, you are.
Okay. تفضل دكتور توقف. لازم توقف.
No, I will record after that.
No, you should not record.
Because I
You
will
should stand
them.
because you're on the group. Okay. I need Khalid Nabuda to stand up.
So,
And I need Michelle Morgan to stand up because I need AARC. I need Axel de Vatrigan. Where is she? Damien, you can stand for Axel. For AFAC. Okay? And I need somebody from South America. Let me see. Where is South America?
South America, it's
Brazil?
South of America.
You can stand up for South America.
Brazil.
Okay. Now, لحظة. 2 sponsors other than you. Plus Yas TV.
we need Dr. Sedrati for innovation.
1 minute. Yes, of course, but 1 minute. I'm going to Sedrati. But because you know Sedrati, there is Sorek, and Sorek, there is Hisham. We don't want to play politics in Morocco, and then you'll create a problem. Where is Hisham al-Dabbagh? Hisham? Not here?
They're out.
Where is your guys from innovation? Yes, your gangs. But where are they? Munil Abraham, where is he? You are here. Where is Hisham al-Dabbagh? Not here? Maybe cigarette outside. Okay. Sedrati, can we have the Moroccan breeders stand up for only 1 minute? I want all the breeders. Larishi, where is Karimi? Monsieur Mohamed Karimi, كمان مش موجود? Okay. Between you guys, who you think is innovative to represent Morocco and Africa? Sedrati? Okay. Sedrati, you can stand up. Guys, you can sit down. Thank you. Okay. Mbarak and Aime. Where is Mbarak? Mbarak, you can come please to the front. And Edward Hamid, he left? Why he left?
He had a business meeting.
He has business meeting. معلي يا شباب تفضل مبارك تفضل اقعد لانه هلا انت بعيد كثير عن الجو وما فهمت شو صار. نحن عم نحكي عن فيك تضلك واقف. Okay, we need TCA Abu Dhabi because DCT, because we are sustained by DCT, we need to have them there. Who do you think, guys, need also to be there? Nelly, who do you think? In this team?
So we have breeders.
We have from America.
We have jockeys.
We have from France.
Owner.
We have لحظة قبل الجوكي وأونر لحظة دكتور. We have from South America. لأنه we need America كمان الجنوبية. We have from Africa. صح؟ GCC, but I need also one more. England. Maybe Jenny, you can stand up for them and talk about them. You will be representing the innovation in England. But there is a point, Doctor, I need to stress on. We're talking about Arabian racing and its future. I want to have Nelly also with us on that group. Nelly, for a point not only for racing only, for when the horse retires, what will happen after that? 1 minute, I didn't finish trainers. Damn, yeah. We will make a pool for trainers. Nelly, we were talking about a point, what you are continuing altogether is after the horse retires, you have AHR something, the heritage horses. Pedigrees, voila. So we'll have you there also. Maybe we can help in a way after that. What do you think? Yes? Sorry? Can we have a please mic?
About retiring after racing, I always defended the idea in our stud book that a pure Arab horse, he should be beautiful, speedy, and endurance. And I think these 3 carriers he should run through. That would be an ideal, of course, having a horse 2-3 years of age, not show, but just a breeding judgment.
Yes.
Racing, because it's a sport that you can impose on a horse when he is young, because it's straight lines, essentially, well, large bends, good going and lightweight on his back, and then he can go to endurance and prove he is really an Arab.
Perfect. So we will be supporting this idea also. Right. Okay, because we want to make sure one day what happens is that we have somebody who knows about it, and I know Jenny is with Nelly. And with the support of course, Dedri. So all together, you can talk to each other, but who will be really in this group? Nelly, tu dois rester debout. Okay? Hala. Who will be also in the group? Sponsors. Edward Hamoud, Ala, please to us. Okay? And Nadim Lahad, who is not here, يعني Emirates Airline, because we really need sponsors of new ideas. But I need also to add youth. So I'll have Abdul Rahman and Dr. Ahmad, both of them, because I want to also understand your innovation, Doctor, because you are a PhD in it. What do you think, guys? Shall we have them?
Should we? Yes? If you applaud, I think.
Come, Doctor.
Come on, Doc.
وأنت عبد الرحمن ما تستحي.
Be 2 docs on the panel.
Okay. We were talking about youth, Doctor, and innovation and ideas. 1 boy, 1 girl? No. Okay. I am the girl. I need an international jockey, lady girl. I want Sophie. Where is Sophie? Sophie, you will be part of the group.
Wow.
And you will represent the ladies, jockeys, and apprentices in the world.
Great choice.
Okay, now we have everyone except a trainer. I need 2 trainers. One from Europe and the US, and one, let's make a pool. Mark, relax. We'll make a pool, okay? I want my best and all of us. There's somebody missing here. Where is he? Where is Hilal? Where is Hilal? Hilal al-Alawi? Can you call Hilal from outside, please? Okay, the second trainer. We want to know from you guys, you decide. Living in Europe. Damien? Okay. But in the US also one. Mark or Scott, what you want, so you don't fight after for me. You want to nominate Scott? We'll put Scott Powell on it. So you can stand for Scott. Okay? So now we have two trainers. We have jockey and jockey lady, of professional and an apprentice. We have you as a breeder, and Michelle, she's the president of the stewards of breeding. Okay? We have Nelly, we have Jenny, and of course, chairman of IFAR, chairman of WAHU, but one more is missing. Mr. Isam Abdallah. So I have Muhammad Al-Harbi. Where is he? Please, when Isam is not there, Muhammad will come to the meetings. So Emirates Arabian Horse Society will be part of us also. Okay? So, from the media, I need Shar al-Awsat. Where is the Abu Najm? I can see no one is here. I don't know where they are. ياس موجود. وقف عمر يا عمي، هو ما عم بيشوفك. أول واحد قلت ياس أنا. ما فينا نروح من دون ياس. ياس القلب. وياس is the best TV in the world.
It is. Yes, TV.
You are the best in the world.
No, doctor. We need. هيدا مش مؤتمر دكتور. هيدا إذا بدنا نوصل للفكرة تبعول.
This is not a conference, doctor, but we need to take precautions.
Clear.
And we have to be clear.
Ian Patterson for
I need Peterson.
Ian? Sorry, Ian Chris Watson.
Chris Watson.
Stand up, Chris.
قف من فضلك.
He is the best for rules and regulations. So, I think it's very good what we're doing. For a media to write, I think we need Racing Post and Paris Turf. So I need Racing Post to... Where is Racing Post? Can they stand up? Zoe? Okay, I want to put Mike Griffin because he's the CEO of Racing Post. Do you have any other suggestion, Faisal? No, because you will stand here. Hilal? Can I have you all here please stand up?
Guys, come down to the front. Can we have a photo from Morehouse? Come and join us. This is the new committee, the new strategy group. Well, Doc, it seemed a good idea at the time.
Why Faisal وهكتنا, doctor?
Because we have a lot of stuff.
Sorry?
We have a lot of stuff to do with the farm, many stuff. Right?
Yes, but this is a group that will not sit for every 1 week. We will sit during the events, big events of Sheikh Mansoor Festival, and which you are mostly there, Faisal. And we can meet on a long table and discuss.
But what's the target? What's the target of that?
The target is to come up with new ideas and make sure that those ideas can be very positive for the world. Otherwise, why you put your hand up?
Because I'm always with you.
Then you need to stand up. We are proud of you. Because you are representing us in IFAR. And you are representing 22 countries in IFAR. And we want IFAR to improve. We don't want questions, always fighting, always talking about same subjects. We want to sit and talk. Today you can talk with Wahoo. Wahoo can talk to you. You can talk to Emirates Arabian Horse Society. Chris Watson have an idea. Jenny is there. Nelly is there. Trainers are there. And I am there.
Hey, who is the chairman, by the way?
Of course, Sheikh Mansoor Festival and His Highness is the boss. I can lead the group.
Right, that is a... Do we all agree? Yes. Well done. That's a great idea.
بدك من السعودية؟ من عيوني بس أنا بدي إياه من السعودية. وقف. تعال معي.
Agreed. Well done.
وأنا بعد بلاقي شغلة كثير أساسية. اليوم GCC is well represented. We have Faisal representing everybody. The best trainer in UAE also represents the youth of GCC, the Arab trainers. صح? The best trainers. So, guys, who's with this group to finish it off? شو عندك يا حمود؟ لا أنت ما فيك تكون مع المجموعة، أنت جاي من القدرة. أنت مع المجموعة، أوكي، وأنت خليل؟
You are with the group, you came from endurance. You came from endurance.
كل الريسات.
You are with everybody in the race, horsing race.
Everybody squeeze in.
And Derek, we don't forget you, you're always there.
Oh, thank you very much.
You are media.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, even
Everybody,
if we
thanks,
are
Doc.
a big
I'll remember
table,
that.
but trust me guys, we are 90 countries, so we're too small for everyone.
Yes.
We are in this room,
Yeah, I will.
450 members of you. So I think
This is good.
this
When is our
is
first?
not a very big
When is
group.
our first meeting?
So our first meeting will be in London,
Oh, great.
in Chelmsford.
Chelmsford City
Only
Racecourse.
if Chelmsford has a pony race for us.
Right. Oh, you are
Yes,
good.
on
Chelmsford.
19th of August.
And by the way,
you are invited there. You promised me you are coming.
and by the way, just to say, Emirates will be flying
And Dr.
to
Abdallah, you are.
Lara. Emirates will be flying to Stansted Airport.
Yeah, don't forget that there is Emirates here.
Absolutely.
Nadim Lahad.
Where is he?
He's not here. but
Emirates
he's
will
there.
be flying to Stansted,
And
which
you
is
know
next
we
door.
cannot fly or move or accommodate without Ala.
That is fantastic.
صح? So we
Absolutely.
need Ala all the way. So guys, are you happy with this team?
Say, hola, hello, hello. Yes, yes, yes. Ole, hola, ole, ole, ole.
فيصل كثير مستعجل.
Not yet.
Yes, we are going to talk. We have 2 hours of TV.
How
no
much?
worries. You can sit.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Okay,
Big round of
Mohaf,
applause.
can we take a
Enjoy.
picture?
Mohaf, I think. Everybody squeeze in.
Come forward
Squeeze
because
in,
you are
damn.
the main.
Come on.
We fly Emirates.
Oh, Emirates
to the
girls.
world. No, no, no. Yes.
Do you want them at the back or the
One
side?
near me.
At the back.
لا ما عادي أنا معكم هون.
Are you happy? Mohaf, you okay?
إيه.
Okay.
هو فوق.
That's great there. Chelmsford City. Only if we have a pony race.
Thank you, Yas TV.
Well done, yes. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you. Right. What's the next thing on the agenda, Laura?
Next step on the agenda, I want to know what is in the brain of Faisal.
Oh, gee. Bear with me. We need a
Please, can you
microphone.
give mic for Faisal?
Microphone for the chairman.
And Mbarak, please don't go backwards. Come forward. Mbarak and Aime.
Please. Faisal,
Please.
your thoughts.
Mrs. Lara, but many people on the TV, they told us that translation was, there was 2 translation in the TV, so I don't know if Yas taking care about that, because there is echo and translation. Sometime when you talk, There's two people translate when you speak in English.
Can we ask Wael this thing? Why it's have two voices in?
Two voices and
maybe after 10 minutes, if same person is talking, somebody has to take. This is the rule here. It's not like UAE. Yeah, you have to.
Okay.
It's different. You are in Spain.
Yes. The thing that I was always away before I get in far and see bigger view globally. I had only focusing in one club. I just want to promote one club. But because I have good relationship with many countries, buying and selling from almost 20, 25 years, and going around the world and seeing the people and seeing their problem, I found out that to do more association and federation and committees will have us a little bit having different agenda to promote the racing. So I would love to, if we have done this committee or group, which will be like some people who have a new idea, take a new idea from here and there, and to promote the racing, to have it not into the main game, because it will interrupt many stuff. These people have to know, and many people, I won't say that they don't know about the game. No, because maybe they are just like me before. I was in Al Ain and I think the world is Al Ain. Or I say Dubai is the world, UAE the world. And I think that Emirates, I have my problem and I want to fix it. So the main thing I want to tell everyone in this room, that we have to think globally. And
that's why you have a committee global.
Yes, but there is many problem there. I would tell you I would tell you a small example. A country have couple in Romania, maybe Nelly went there. There's a couple of Arabian horses there. And I went personally to Serbia, sorry.
Don't say Romania. I brought Romania and I have one race there.
Sorry, Serbia.
And I have good horses there, and Nelly went there.
Yes.
Serbia, they don't have horses.
No, they have a couple of horses.
Yeah, but
yeah, no, I'm telling you the problem of how to make the races goes.
Yes.
It's not to do some races or make a committee travel and this. Some people think, okay, if we send these people, it will cost us $1 million. It will be $250,000. We can do 25 races. It will promote more than the game. So I have to think commercially, because really, Lara, me personally, I would love to be an owner, to be with you everywhere. Even I didn't understand what you're aiming for. I always tell you, I'm with you everywhere. But I have really big problem. When I saw it globally, every country see it as a locally problem. We have a globally problem. Many country is collapsing. I tell in the beginning of the session, I said, if Sheikh Mansoor take his hand, and I'm confident about it, if he take his hand from the racing, many countries will collapse. So we need to see who is our competitor, what they are doing, and promote.
What do you mean by competitor?
Huh?
What do you mean by competitor?
Thoroughbred people.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, thoroughbred people.
But you should not see thoroughbreds. You should not look to your competitor, what he's doing. That's why we have a team now, to be better than them. We've always been better with ideas, Faisal.
Horses and marketing completely different.
Yes.
Sometime in racing, there is common sense. I've been last 4 or 5 months reading all rule regulation about all the country. My brain is full of information, and I nearly get crazy about that. There's some stuff about horses people doesn't understand. I'll give you a small example. If a race start, one horse gone, and the door cannot close because of the start. So people will have to stop because this horse have the right to run, but the gate is not working. So they remove the gate and they put a rope and the horse starts.
Yeah, this is in Kentucky. It can
not
happen
everywhere
anytime.
in the world, but I look for it. Where is this rules in the constitution of this country? Where is this rules on the basic foundation of the international thoroughbred races? There's nothing. Most of the people, after they've been in the game, they use the common sense. So common sense is the key for the racing. So when I want to see 32 countries, only 8 sign, I like Mr. Richard Lancaster said, with rules, and the rest didn't sign, that's we have a problem. I have a lots of stuff to talk about and to tell the people. We have the time. Festival of Sheikh Mansoor give us the identity of Arabian. Take us back to the second level of future. Thank you very much. But now we need to cooperate with the country. Give the respect for the federation. Give the respect for your federation. Then, if there is minor problem, let us talk about the major one, not the minor one.
You're talking about countries, Faisal. You're not talking about the festival.
Yes, no, I'm talking about countries.
Yeah.
But to do more complicated federation, we will go.
This is not a federation, what we're doing. This is only a committee.
Yes, but meeting is meeting and agenda is agenda. I like to work, Lara, I like to work from my heart, and I want to promote Arabian races. And when I went to the FR, many countries, they just open fire on you, they just send you problem, and they cannot have a website for them. So if they cannot have a website for them,
yes,
even you send 5 races for them, you cannot get the database, which we promise the people 2 years, because they don't give us something in back.
Yes, they don't give a paper.
Yes, and if you send an email, they will get back to you after couple of weeks, or maybe they don't get.
Can we have the members of IFAR stand up, please? I need the members to stand up. The member countries. Every single country of IFAR, can we have them stand up, please?
Please, guys, stand up.
All the countries that are here.
Who are members of IFAR, please stand.
You are not IFAR. Ah, yes, you are IFAR, of course. Sorry, yes. I forgot. For France, stand up. Damien, stand for France. No one is there. Algeria, tu peux... You can stand for UK. Who's Saudi Arabia? You can stand for him. Okay, where are the other countries? Morocco? Hisham, I don't know where is he. You can stand, Larishi, for Morocco. Where is Germany?
I don't like the stuff, standing stuff.
Can you stand for Germany? Anyone stand for Germany, please?
Kai, well done.
Italy, only stand for the country. I just want to ask a question. United States is there. Oman, you are here. Batal Muhammad Hashim. By the way, Muhammad is doing great work, huh? He's really doing a good job. MashaAllah. He's very supportive to you guys. You know one thing? This man has helped many breeders and owners of Oman. He even pushed so hard to have a visa for Aisha, for her daughter, and for the other gentleman that was with her, her uncle. He's very keen to be beyond and after every single jockey from Oman. He's the person we really need to give him a visit.
Here, here, top class.
Okay. When we talk about countries, guys, and you're saying that you have already issues in IFAR with countries that do not give papers, that do not give informations. They do their race, after 2 weeks they put their informations on your website. Sah? Okay. How are you going to help IFAR? Are you only members of IFAR just to be members in IFAR, or we really need to help each other?
These people are the most helpful people. There's other country. It's not can we sit down, please?
Yes, you can sit down.
Can sit down? Okay.
حياتك ما بتحب توقف فيصل، بتحب ضلك تقعد.
I don't like to. It's not. I mean, we need to negotiate some stuff so that people go out with a nice agenda, and understand that our competitor, as I said, again, is the Turkish people. They are doing good work. They are 200 years ago established, more than that, and we need the people from everywhere in the world. And this is because it's live. I'm telling to everyone in the world, please respect your federation. If you have a problem, try to do it legally there and promote your races till we get the connection worldwide. And I promise you, in the beginning when I meet Sheikh Mansoor, and he said, Faisal, don't believe on Emirate only, believe in all the world. Your letter should be for all the world. But you have to see the mistakes and the problem worldwide, not globally, not in
Can we go worldwide? We have the gentleman from Brazil who wants to just jump up here. Sir, tell us.
Okay. Well, we talk, I think that Faisal and everybody, for the first time, we have a big chance to put all the people involved in this racing business in the same room. And today is a new start. We can start from now, and you have everybody on the same boat. That's important.
Listen, I want to tell you something. This committee who is here is to improve things.
Yes.
The Festival of Sheikh Mansour promised you that we can support IFAR because we have races in all your 22 countries that are active. And we are bringing new countries to IFAR, the Sheikh Mansour Festival. The only thing what we really need to do is this committee that you saw, Faisal, is not to give you more work. Is to talk and give ideas. It's up to the festival afterwards to brainstorm and then going to Holland, for example. We have races in Holland, for example. We go to the United States. We have the Dali Awards and we have the race in Santa Anita and, of course, in Texas. We have to implement the common vision of everyone to put things better. Maybe the festival one day does something in the US or anywhere in Australia or South America. But like, for example, in South America, we have a race tomorrow on Sunday. We are not there, but we are well presented by the authority itself in Brazil. Okay? This committee is helping in giving us, as a Sheikh Mansour Festival, and the countries we go to, better ideas how to do things in the proper way and how to solve some issues that are not regulated well. Today, when we put Racing Post and Paris Turf, for example, it's only the Sheikh Mansour Festival who's doing it. Today, Racing Post put all the colors because of Sheikh Mansour Festival. When the UAE President Cup or any race that goes in the United Kingdom, we have the colors of Sheikh Mansour Festival and the logo on top of the Arabian race in the papers.
If the half of the board doesn't understand what the problem in the other country, it will be hard for them. It will be good for them to promote some of marketing, getting more sponsor, yes. But the inner problem, it is a way...
Okay, this is your problem, Faisal, with IFAR.
Then
we're not interfering
then
as
maybe
IFAR.
Nelly should stay on behalf of me in the IFAR, because really, I will support you in everything you want.
The only thing you can, if you cannot be in this committee, this is because you're the chairman. Nelly cannot take your decision.
No, I will tell you something. I just want to give a message to every country.
Why are you scared from this committee, Faisal?
Because I have a lot of things to do.
You have lots of things to do rather than to give one time or two times.
I think what I have.
Yes.
I think what I have is have more headache and and future to fight for. I want to fight for something, and I want everybody to share this.
Listen, Faisal, I need to tell you something very important now. If it wasn't for Sheikh Mansoor Festival supporting all the IFAR members, what will happen to IFAR today?
Good question.
I said this before.
Okay, this is why today, Sheikh Mansoor Festival, with all of you agreeing that there is a committee in order to help in innovating some ideas that can help the countries together, as the festival is bringing all the countries together. You have 21 countries, 22 active. We have 90 countries that are there, might not have a horse there, but China now have a horse. Have horses, Arabian horses. Romania is not part of IFAR, but now we
have to sacrifice. We have to sacrifice. This is my message. I think I have I divide the thing, my message for everyone. I divide the thing in three types. I create a new market, and I think I have it.
Yes.
I create a new bank for Siemens.
Very good.
It will be bank to help all the small breeder around the world.
Good.
Bravo.
And thanks God to.
See, you've done a good job.
Well done.
No, I have done a good job, but I'm aiming higher.
Yes.
Okay.
But, okay. What?
I want when Ahmed El-Blouchi say I have this, or anybody from different country will say I have this, I can help him, even minor stuff. But if they don't believe in their federation, how can they believe in me? That's things I want from them. That's message for all the country.
Yeah, but I need to tell you something, Faisal.
I have Khalid Al-Namuda waiting to comment.
Derek, let him talk, then Khalid can talk.
Let me finish. Number one, I create a market. Inshallah, I'm pushing it, and I think it's very big market. And number two, I have done Siemens Bank, supported by Sheikh Mansoor bin Zayed. His Highness, he was generous from the beginning with you, with me, with everyone who is in Arabian races. And the third thing, to just harmonize all the rules and regulation with their trust. And this will be, after we go to the second level, I'm going globally. If the countries in 4 years, while I'm here in IFAR, I don't know, maybe someone else will take my chair. While I'm in IFAR, I will push it. It will be big boat who will be with us, because many countries have a problem. So I have to sacrifice. I cannot help small country that they just new in the game, and the big country that they have 100-year history, and they collapsing because some situation happens, some government stop to support them, but they have a history and their bloodline being around the world. So I have to sacrifice, support the small country, and they're saying very clear.
How you will support the small country?
Small country, I cannot help the small country who came new in the game.
Yes.
Maybe this committee, maybe you will try to give them 2 or 3 races. Yes, but I will make sure.
Lahza. This committee has nothing to do with Sheikh Mansoor Festival. This committee.
That you gather them.
No, Lahza. You didn't understand.
You said I'm the boss?
No. Yes. Listen, I'm the boss. Just because I'm running the World Forum. And this committee is to support that forum to grow bigger and bigger for the years.
I hope so. But
of course.
My message is, and I hope everybody understand, if I open a map, I see the countries. I will see 5, 6 countries where they are collapsing.
Yes. Which countries?
There's many countries.
Like who? No, you tell me. You've been speaking countries and small countries. Give us examples. America collapsing?
Collapsing.
Okay, Michelle Morgan, you have any problem?
America's collapsing?
California is collapsing, maybe.
No,
but we
it's
have
America. I'm talking in general.
Guys,
they had 500 races. They're going down. So I need to support the small country, this country, not small country. I need to support this country and pump the races in 3, 4 years.
Yes.
Then start with maybe somebody else.
But can I ask you something? Malish, hala you've pumped USA. Stand up, Michelle, please. Michelle. In what way America is collapsing?
Belgium, Holland, for example.
Why? Belgium is doing good. You are collapsing, Nelly?
Yes.
I don't think so.
What is your reaction to this point? He said America's collapsing. Michelle. That's what I'm saying.
No, in Arabian.
Don't worry.
Dr. Abdullah.
I'm with you. It's not the country.
The thoroughbred people
Your shares are safe.
breed every year around 38 to 40,000 thoroughbred.
You cannot compare yourself, Faisal, to thoroughbreds
Faisal,
now.
let her have a
Thoroughbreds are
Faisal.
stronger than... No, we have Arabian horses here. Don't talk about thoroughbreds with Arabian horses.
Michelle.
It's similar to what we were talking about before up on the panel. It's not just Arabian racing, it's all racing has gone down. And
It's all racing going down in all the world, Faisal. Only in our countries that it is going up.
Turkey is booming, Morocco is booming.
Yes,
Emirates
because they're
is booming,
depending on themselves
and this
from long
country-
time. But can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Can you go to Turkey and run?
No, but this is
Can we take a horse to Turkey and run?
Can Sheikh Mohammed Godolphin go to Japan and run?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Guys,
But this is the same problem of thoroughbreds also.
Lara, this is different situation.
I have Sam Vasquez from America. Sam, make your point.
What Faisal is saying, he's absolutely correct in the sense of that we are losing breeders. We're losing because we.
But you
don't
are
have enough-
collapsing?
Well, our racing is down. So you could say it's collapsing because it is down. Our breeding is down, and we're struggling with it, okay? Because we don't have the
Struggling
funding,
with it.
and it's struggling.
So
We are
what
struggling
did
in
you
the
do
United States.
for things to work out?
Ma'am, excuse me?
What did you do for things to work out?
We're increasing breeding. We've started thanks to the festival. We're trying to put money out into the breeders to help them to promote breeding.
Yes.
To get more, but we still need help. Exactly what Faisal is saying.
Yeah, but why in the US, sorry Faisal, Sheikh Mansoor Festival pays lots of money in the United States. We've put a lot of money to do things in the US. Okay,
Maybe collapsing the world is
collapsing is very big.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway,
but
they
you,
are
for
going
example,
down.
the
They are
UAE
suffering.
President Cup, you have a race in Churchill Down this year also. So I don't think when you have big races, you are collapsing.
We have
You are doing things that are not done before.
I will tell you something. I will tell you something. An example. I had this year Saudi Arabia Kingdom came to the game. They have done 7 meetings, and they had one race for $1 million.
Yes.
So after the season finished, the prince, God bless him, Khalid bin Sultan, he said, next year I will do this $1 million for $1.5 million. And the second one, I will do $500,000 a race. So I think if, I cannot say no, he's a prince, but I was thinking, if this 500,000 extra being divided for 20 meeting extra, it will push the market more than to have one group one.
Yeah. لحظة.
Something like that.
Yeah, good call. Nelly, your
I
thoughts?
have a very big point I want to discuss with him on that. 1 minute, please. When you're talking about big meetings, guys, to make horses, if you want to fight, and to say we are to the standard of thoroughbreds, if you do not have a big race in a country and a big purse money to stand for, you're nowhere around the thoroughbred, Faisal. You're still breeding on the small level. We have Wasp stallions in all the world. We have 61 races of Wasp stallions in the world.
Don't compare. Lara, you are comparing your festival,
No. I'm
which
not
we
comparing.
depend on, which every breeder and trainer depend on.
No,
I'm
Faisal.
talking of globally each country.
Yes, we are
My
giving
issue
your
is different than
country's races that you are saying that we put purse money big in one country. If we do not put a big race in one country, the thoroughbreds are saying, oh, they play small, they're very small. When we do not put a big race and the prize money, everybody's looking at us. Where? Why Lara's not spending in a race and have a big prize money?
No.
No. I'm
Lara,
saying I want to answer Sam Vasquez.
No.
Today you tell me I put money in Santa Anita.
In France, when Qatari people have done the first €1 million, when the people for betting coming, when the Arabian horse come, even it's €1 million, they go back. They don't bet on our Arabian horses.
Okay, I'm telling you, you don't bet. No. in our races in France.
This is different game.
Okay, listen.
Please let us be in the subject.
In our races in the US, it's a big race. It's a huge race. Sam Vasquez, please stand up because you were talking about it and you were the first one to work on Santa Anita. When we put a big race, do you think you were able to enter a Derby Day in a Santa Anita Park if it wasn't for the prize money to go up?
Is it important for you?
Tell me.
We would never have been able to get in there if the prize money was not up, but that's not Faisal's point.
No, I'm trying to answer
No,
you.
no,
Do you
you're
think
absolutely
if
correct.
only we work on small races in your country, this will help the United States only?
We would not have been able to get into
How
Santa
will you
Anita
come with
without
a
that.
Paddy's Day if he doesn't have a big amount, or Quick and Rich or any other horse to come to the world richest race in Abu Dhabi if he doesn't have a big purse money? Tell me.
No, Laura, but
How did he make his money Paddy's Day?
Faisal's point is that one race only helped those horses. He's talking about helping overall.
We've been helping the United States for the past 10 years.
Yes, you have.
Yes,
Absolutely.
but
and
I
we
really need
appreciate
to
it.
ask you something. We've put races in all your places that you have given us, isn't it? Lone Star, Frexcon, Fresno, I don't know, all the small races.
Yes.
What happened? It happened that some races and racetrack did not accept those races.
Yes,
Yes,
true.
thank you. That's the racetrack
Lara,
issues.
one second.
One second. This lady is from America. Faisal, one second.
Cool down.
No, we are cool. We are talking about
Just
a
tell
big
us your
race and
thoughts.
a
How many
small race.
races you do in
Faisal?
America? You will answer. How
We
many?
have America.
We have
No, normal races, not the group one.
normal races.
Yes.
For us,
Yeah.
Not group one.
Not group one.
Okay, Sheikh Fatma bint Mbarak,
10
Ladies World
races,
Championship.
almost 10.
I don't have to say this.
No, less than 10.
Okay.
Yes.
Which one helped you? The 10 or the one race, group one?
The one race that we have at Santa Anita is a crown jewel. It's incredible. It gives us a tremendous
It's Mama
amount of...
Fatma Dali Awards Day.
Yes, it is. And it's wonderful, and it caps off a beautiful weekend. However, as you say, the horses come in, the horses leave. They don't benefit California, unfortunately. We do have our California races that are horses that are in there and enter well. Terry Eaton knows that very well. But what's happened is that because ARAC, the Arabian Racing Association of California, survives, and has since 1979, so that's 40 years or so, on the money that they earn through the handles. 1/2% of all handles go into
And also
ARAC.
from the Dali Awards.
That's right. Now, hold on.
Events that Sheikh Mansoor put in.
This will be very quickly. Now, hold on. So what happens is that because Santa Anita and the California Thoroughbred Owners Association of California, TOC, went 3 days beforehand to the CHRB, our big regional organization that handles it, and had us written out of taking any of the handle, ARAC lost out, and this is their lifeblood, ARAC's lifeblood, lost out in over $80,000 in handle purse that would have gone to them that instead the thoroughbreds kept. So it was very harmful, and that's not your fault. It's not Sheikh Mansour's Global Festival's fault. It's the fault of us not paying attention, number one, to see that they were slipping this in and then the governor signing it. We'll try to get it undone.
I pay attention.
Then again,
I pay attention.
No. There was a decree from the governor that they did not pay attention.
But that was because he didn't know. No one was there to defend him.
It's a degree, political degree.
Without you, there is no identity for Arabian horse. Without
I'm
Maharajan
not
Sheikh
saying
Mansour,
without
there's
Sheikh Mansour
identity.
Festival.
I'm saying
Sheikh Mansour Festival is happy and very happy with all the Wafba stallions he puts in the world. But today, Sheikh Mansour Festival also needs big races for you to come and compete in big races in the world.
Agreed entirely. Stefano, your microphone.
And one day, our horses, we will go to Saudi and we will compete in the biggest race of Saudi Arabia.
I'm with you all the way. Stefano.
And Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Festival will put a race in Saudi Arabia. This is why this gentleman is here. Come.
He's brilliant, this guy.
And we're gonna put, not this season, 2019, Sheikh Mansour Festival. Come, Hilal. We have a very big surprise for you guys. Sheikh Mansour Festival will be in Saudi Arabia.
Yes. Thank you.
متعب. Shimar, come, please. I don't have Sheikh Mutla. Yes, I called Sheikh Mutla. He was not supposed to be here. And we are very proud. We're going to put with 2 associations races in Saudi Arabia.
That is brilliant. Guys, thank you.
Yes.
Well done.
It's not only Sheikh Mansoor Festival that will only compete. We want to compete in countries. We brought in Romania. We brought in China. I want to see lots of you now when you see the Chinese running and buying horses. Maybe they will be part of IFAR also. We will push them to be part of IFAR.
Well done, Saudi. We'll see you next
bring
year.
you new countries, Faisal.
Without
Brilliant.
you, I won't do anything.
Yes, but you have to be on this committee to make it better. Isn't it, guys?
Wonderful. Lara,
Yes.
can I just bring in Stefano?
Okay, Lara, let me
You
finish.
guys.
Don't worry, keep talking.
Okay, there is something that I want to point out that I heard a few times since we started this forum. I think we should start thinking that thoroughbred racings are not our competitors.
No,
let me finish. I want to reach a point. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Thoroughbred racing is our driver to success. And we should learn from their mistake. Now, we are talking about the racing industry being down all over the world. One of the main reasons why that horse community is losing the main power of tradition, culture, and knowledge of the horses. It's becoming easier to gamble on a slot machine or a bingo than to go to the racetrack. Why? The people don't have passion for the horses anymore. It's our mistake not to pass to the new generation that. I think this is a message that through the Sheikh Mansoor Festival, we should pass. We have the advantage to bring something new. The people at the beginning, when we were going to the big racetrack, okay, were looking at us like a joke. Then they saw something different, the passion for the horses. This is the game you should play.
I need to give an example, Stefano, please. Can you stand up for a moment?
Point.
Please, madam, my friend.
Who?
I want her to stand up. Please give her the mic.
Excuse me, coming through.
All the people here, if it wasn't for the passion, you wouldn't waste your time and come to the forum. I need to give you, I want her to talk about what happened to her and what was her passion and how did she enter Arabian racing.
I have been involved.
Can you say your name, please, for everyone to know, and from which country?
I'm Norma Corbin from California, the United States, and part of ARAC, now a board member of ARAC. I have been involved in Arabian horses for years, riding for 40 years in different categories and different conditions. But I never even contemplated to be part of racing an Arabian horse. 2 years ago, through the grace of Lara, who I met in Abu Dhabi, an invitation of Terry to participate when we took the Arabian St. Victor, that was invited as part of the 3 horses that competed in the race. I became more involved and developed a different perspective and a different passion for something that perhaps would carry me through the rest of my life. So consequently, I bought my first racehorse, which is Sun Lily, and now I stop her racing. I unrighted her, I will show her, but also when I return to the United States, I will breed her to a one wonderful horse that stands in France, and is Al-Manoun Mallah, and I will continue to, obviously, continue to race this fall when it comes. But all of this is inspired for Lara, her passion, her love, her dedication, and I would have not been able to do that perhaps for the rest of my life.
Thank you very much. See, Faisal, it's your heart. Your heart takes you anywhere in the world with no exceptions.
I love it. We have a question coming over from this side, over here. Sir, yes, sir. Khaled, I apologize. This gentleman behind you.
Thank you very much. You've been talking about promoting Arabian racing, and you talked about IFAR. A question for IFAR first. What authority, what power do you have? You have no power to change rules. You have no power to organize races. You have no power doing anything. Unless you have teeth and you can change rules, you cannot do or promote. Now your power is simple. Your generous and very generous promotion to all these races. This should be used for every federation. Either you do what we tell you and how we do it to promote Arabian racing, or we should not even sponsor them. It's simple and easy. That's the only card in your hands. Your sponsorship, you have to use it. But to sit and say we want to promote and to have a nice committee, if the committee has no power, you cannot do anything.
But Sheikh Mansoor Festival is behind the committee to work together to make it more powerful.
It's not powerful. It is nice and promotional, but you need to be able to sit like you just said now, an example.
Yes.
A governor changed the rules.
Please do not we are not IFAR. We support IFAR. He is IFAR. We are honorary member of IFAR.
Sounds good.
But he should this you're talking about regulations, this is concerning IFAR. But for Sheikh Mansoor Festival, do not put rules and regulations
No, I'm not saying. Actually, this should promote Sheikh Mansoor's festival. Then Sheikh Mansoor will be really, the idea is if you go to...
I need to tell you something for what you are talking about, Kamal.
Yes.
You're talking about rules, no?
Yes.
We've changed the rule in the US. We will play LASIX free. We were the only country and the only entity to impose LASIX free on all races.
That is sweet and nice, but...
So this is a rule and regulation, we took it.
That is sweet and nice, but you just mentioned that you're going to race in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
They do LASIX and they do Butte. So that's another thing.
They don't do LASIX, I'm sorry, in Saudi.
What?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, no.
Lara, please. LASIX and
Guys,
Butte
you're talking about something. We do not want LASIX in the US for our races.
Okay,
we are free to take any idea that is suitable for the horses. We are against LASIX and not with LASIX for a reason. Maybe tomorrow, if they use a little bit of LASIX in Saudi, we can maybe put and impose, like for example, in one of our races, ask them that we wanted LASIX free, but we didn't start racing in Saudi and talking with them officially on a table and saying, this is what we want to do.
You just proved my point. My point. See, you're using your power to promote and say, okay, we're going to give you promotion, but you do what we tell you. And that's exactly my point. That's it.
And this is what we imposed in the US, and now we've played it LASIX free.
Exactly. We have Khalid Al Nabouda, sir. Just 1 second.
Yes.
1 second. So we need to...
I didn't talk about it. You should answer him,
Saudi
maybe
is the only more
Faisal.
LASIX and Butte. And we have to go through Sheikh Mansoor Festival cannot go through the federation.
Yes.
It have to be through federation.
He came, the best horse who won the race. He was LASIX free. He was owned by Prince Khalid. صح؟ مين؟ لا سوري اللي ربح الخالدية مظبوط؟ ولو أنا كنت بالسباق ما في ليزكس
ما فيه
ليزكس.
I said
So please
LASIX free, it was LASIX free. Please check your information before saying anything.
Kamal, please, let's talk now. In any country you want to go and race, Kamal, you can go and you have to abide by the rule of the country.
Yes.
2 years, no LASIX.
Yeah, 2 years.
Stand up and say that.
Yes, same thing like Paddy's Day. He ran with no LASIX also.
To the point, please, to the point.
Can I just say...
LASIX is not the issue here, Kamal.
LASIX has not been used apparently in Saudi for 2 years. Is that right, sir?
صحيح. لنا سنتين الآن ما في لازكس ولا بيوت. ممنوع.
2 years.
Okay, Khalid, please. Can you give Khalid?
The one time at the other side, she says, give the microphone to Khalid, sir.
I would like to thank the festival and thank Dr. Abdallah. With this committee, we are not going to be against anybody. I think all of us in this room, we are working very hard to promote the Arabian everywhere. I mean, we shouldn't take it personal. My brother Faisal, the chairman, I am sure he is having a lot of things to fix, and his position is challenging, and I am sure His Highness Sheikh Mansoor chose the right person, but it's not easy. I mean, all of us, we need to work very hard to help him under umbrella of this festival. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So you applauded for him and not for me when I told you you're in the committee, huh? No. You're laughing. You should smile more, Faisal. I have to see your smile. Because you have other stuff. We have 100 races, Faisal. We have the Dali Awards. We have the World Conference. We have the forum.
We do.
Yeah, but you're not doing the regulation. There's a party that is doing the regulation.
We have Nelly wants to say something. Nelly, come in from Belgium.
Obviously, power is money. Sheikh Mansour Festival has power. IFAR has no power. The main function of IFAR right now, we have done a couple of things which were in IFAR's power, is keeping the pattern committee, which means deciding which races are awarded, have a group. One, group two, group three, and to coordinate more or less the program of these groups. That's the main function of IFAR now. We are not a promotional. We have no power, we have no money. Thank you.
Thank you. Guys, we have a question coming in from the back. You can't see him, but I can. Sir, your name?
I'm Jonathan Horowitz, and I'm very honored to be part of the forum, my first forum, and to be part of the committee that will hopefully help shape the future of Arabian racing. An observation I'd like to make, and something to keep in perspective, the fact that there's so much passion in this room is encouraging because it shows the goal that people want to achieve. And I think one thing to keep in mind as we come to the end of the forum is where the forum started. And the first presentation in the forum was by Dr. Al-Raisi about Sheikh Zayed. And that one of the takeaways that I had from the presentation is that he had an idea that at the time may not have been able to be implemented 100%, that may have been revolutionary.
Yes.
And now we're starting to say, wait, you know, the ideas that came 50 years ago are now starting to come to fruition. Now, because we're all passionate, we want results right away. But I think we have to keep in mind that the initiatives that the Sheikh Mansour Festival has introduced from starting 10 years ago until now, they're making progress. And the Lasix free races that you mentioned, the perspective that I can share is from the racetrack side. The racetracks were saying, okay, this is new, and new ideas sort of yield a turned eyebrow sometimes. But the results of the races at Monmouth Park, at Santa Anita, the racing officials then started nodding their heads and said, okay, you know, you're on to something. That doesn't mean that we're there yet, but we're on to something. So I just want to encourage everybody to keep the progress, and that while we may not have the results that we all want at the moment, we're going somewhere. So let's not lose sight of where we're going.
Jonathan, well done. Guys, we have another question.
Tomo.
No.
1 minute before
Okay.
Dato speaks.
Okay.
That's a surprise for Faisal, he doesn't know. Can you stand up, Malaysia, please? Dato,
Yes, it's yours.
do you know where the festival of Sheikh Mansour next year will go to? To Malaysia. Faisal, Malaysia has now an association for Arabian racing. And this is how we support IFAR, by giving you new countries, build up maybe small, but those small countries will be supported well, and they will abide by rules and regulations.
Then I will transfer all the email and trouble to you.
No problem. Send them to me, I know how to respond.
Well, thank you very much.
I will
Lara.
always
Sorry.
be supportive and the festival to you, Faisal. And this is a fact. The full support from the festival to IFAR. For the chairman, this is something factual, guys. For a reason. We need to support IFAR. Whether you like it or you don't like it, or you have a problem or you don't have a problem, it's a body that we need to respect. This is a body that has been built up to support Arabian racing. We need to support each other. One hand does not clap, needs two to clap. And I, with a mic, it will not clap. So, Mansoor, stand up. I have something for Mansoor. But before, I will tell you about Dato. Dato, speak about Malaysia.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lara. I think I'm the only representative from a tropical country.
Yes.
A country of Southeast Asian states. And someone mentioned that you have to have a passion for horses. We in Malaysia have a passion for Arabian horses, arising from the fact that our 12th king of Malaysia in 2008 managed to persuade FEI to have the World Endurance Championships organized in my country. The first in a tropical country, the first in the southern
You've done
hemisphere.
it already, the World Championship in Malaysia.
We had in 2008.
Yes, I was there.
And His Majesty has left a legacy. And today
You
in
were
my
sponsored
country,
by Hydra that time.
yes, and in my country today we have approximately 250 to 300 Arabian horses.
But now I want to talk about the Arabian race.
The Arabian race, our first Arabian race, and before I begin, Chris Watson and I managed to form the Malaysian Amateur Arabian Horse Racing Association, and come September this year, we will be holding our first race over a distance of 1,000 meters.
New country, Faisal.
And,
New borders for IFAR.
And may I go further?
All the way to the world.
And may I go further to say that our current king, the 15th king of Malaysia, is an enthusiast for Arabian horses. He has a stable of 20 horses, and the race is being held in his facility.
Thank you, Dato.
And
Mansoor.
thank you very much for the pledge of support.
Thank you, Dato. Mansoor, stand up.
That is lovely.
Come to me.
Oh. Watch out, big fella.
Did Hisham al-Dabakh come here to the Ilela? No? Okay. Mansoor has been with the festival since many years, coming to all the world. He was watching yesterday the number of people that were in the forum. We have around 400 guests from the 90 countries and 6 continents. But as you can see, I have only 320 chairs in the hall. The rest of the people did not come. So they are more happy to have cigarettes and have fun outside in Madrid, rather than to be with you and discussing with you points that are important for them, because this is why they came for. So the festival is announcing you this year. From all the lists that came, I will use this young man who monitored everyone.
Steady.
Mansoor, it's a big challenge for you. Who did not attend and just came for seeing Madrid or Real Madrid will not come next year to the country where we're going. Thank you, Mansoor. And one more thing. Who doesn't take a train ticket tomorrow and go to Seville will not go also to the other country we're going next year.
Well done.
Because I heard some rumors that people didn't want to travel by train 2 hours, 20 minutes. But this is the thing. You are having nice vacation. We're taking you from a great forum to a Seville, which is not even 2 hours and 20 minutes going by car. If I go by car to Abu Dhabi, it will take me 1 hour. So 2 hours sitting by train is a great thing to go and see, discover Andalusia. Yesterday we showed you Andalusia by night in the welcoming dinner. So tomorrow, who does not take the train will not come next year to the country where we're going.
Well done, ruthless. I love it.
And trust me, I need Ola. Come, Ola. Can I have the microphone for Ola, please?
Yes.
Come, Ola, I need you to bring me the train tickets.
Oh, good. Train tickets, please.
Ola is, if we can give her a very big applause.
Well done.
Because she's been
Tickets,
working
please.
so hard to make you all happy.
Tickets, please. Have you got a ticket?
Come,
Can I
Ola.
see your ticket? Thank you very much.
Ola has been working since we came on train tickets only. Do you think it's absorbable that a train, which we are in Spain, in Madrid, people want to go to Seville? 3 trains were taken to take 450 guests to Madrid, to Seville. 3. So, Ola, kindly explain how we're going to do the train tickets, how the people are going to go to Seville.
Good afternoon to all. I hope that
Mike, هيك على حد صوتك.
I hope
تعي
that you
قربي
are
قربي
enjoying the
ما
time in
تستحي.
Madrid.
ترى علا من يرفعنا ها. Her boss is there.
Okay. Tomorrow
She should be promoted, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Big bonus. Big
Ala,
bonus.
I need to see her promotion. You promised. Dr. Abdullah, you are, everyone is witnessing, huh? Yalla, Ola.
Okay, tomorrow, 5th of May, we have transfer from the hotel to train station. The tickets will be distributed in groups. There is no individual tickets. The train timing starts from 8 a.m., the second train 9, the second train 10. You need to be before 1 hour of the train time on the lobby to be transferred by buses. It's already arranged. And you can collect your tickets, and to know in which group you are, you can visit us after the lunch break at the Sheikh Mansoor desk at the lobby and get all details from there. Thank you.
Thank you, Ala.
That was lovely. How much are the tickets? How much are the tickets?
Did you hear what she said? Lahza, did you hear what are the timings, Ola?
8 o'clock,
We
9.
have at 8 a.m. The bus will...
No, the bus will only leave when the train needs to go. Or how is it done?
Okay, if the first train at 8 a.m., so the bus will move at 7:15 a.m. from the hotel to train station. Because it's a group.
From all the hotels,
All
even your
locations.
hotel, don't
Yeah,
worry.
from
But
all
you
of
need
them.
all to go down, especially the other hotel. The Suites Hotel, okay? They need all to go down. Not some in the room still thinking.
So just to say, we have 3 trains
have
tomorrow.
3 trains.
8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 10 o'clock.
We made them by groups, so we will tell you.
That's the takeoff at the stations.
Isn't it? This is what I understood.
Just pass on the desk, on the lobby, and register your name and in which hotel you are staying, at what time you want to depart from, in which train you want to depart. Then
You
we'll arrange
cannot
the
do
transfer.
it like this, Hola, because you have a number of train tickets in a train. What if you have a big number in that train itself? You shouldn't leave it up to them, you leave it up to you.
Good question. You're the boss. Ruthless.
So
Well done.
we will leave it up to them to decide who goes at 9 a.m., who goes at 10 a.m., who goes at 11 a.m.
That's good.
Okay?
Okay,
It's
then
your
just pass
decision,
and
Hola.
register.
Can I have 3 for the 9 o'clock? Thank you very much. We've got to
The
wrap.
return, no, lahza. Please, guys, we did not finish. We made excitement, yes. The return, there's 3 returns. It depends. After the races, the buses are dedicated to take you to town, to discover Seville.
Oh,
This
lovely.
is what we want for you.
We do.
Discover another part of
We do.
Spain. This is why we are in Spain.
What a lovely idea.
We're not only Abu Dhabi Tourism and Culture Authority, we promote also the country in it because we believe in exchanging passports between countries, no?
Brilliant.
In this country.
That is wonderful. Well done.
Any other questions?
Guys, any more questions? It's the final time. Have you all enjoyed yourselves?
Yes,
We have-
Jenny.
Ginny? What time is the
I
return?
told you the return, there are 3 returns. They will tell you what time you will return.
Maybe 6,
You want
7,
to
and 8.
return late, there is a train late. You want to return earlier, you have something to do, you want. But for my piece of advice, it's so nice to see Seville.
Seville, where the oranges come from.
Yes, not
Ladies
only
and
oranges.
we have a final gentleman here, because then we have to wrap. This has been incredible.
Kai, did you have
Sir.
anything to ask me before? Kai.
1 second, I'll bring him in.
Kai.
1 second, big fella.
For the jockeys, it will be the best that take to the first train.
Yes, you're going to first train.
So, and also for the people from our meeting, IFA meetings, that we go all together.
Well, you've got a meeting.
You can go anyway. 9 a.m. is the early train to take the jockeys, to take Emirates Airlines and the promotion.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, I think it will
8
be good.
a.m. 8?
So
No,
be
there is no train at 8. You have to leave at 9. Sorry, Kai. There is no train at 8. It's
there's
9
no train.
o'clock.
Sorry.
There is?
I thought there was an 8 o'clock.
8?
8, 9, and 10.
Ola, there is a train at 8? Okay, you can go at
Bus
8.
leaves 45 minutes before.
Can we have please, all the apprentice jockeys on stage, please?
All the apprentice jockeys on stage.
We need all the 7 jockeys on stage, please. Come on. Turkey.
I thought you were an apprentice jockey there.
And come, Kai. You are part of the
Kai, come and
jockeys.
join
You
us.
are their coach. I'm not the coach. I'm just Lara.
Any trainers as well who've got runners tomorrow? That's Kai, second.
Okay. Can we give them a big applause because they will fight against each other to win. And by the way, the race is the first race, I think.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Barbara, where are you?
The first race. صح? First race. Can I have the youth council here, please? Abdurrahman and Dr. Ahmed. And the 2 lovely ladies with you, Aisha and Farah.
The times of the races tomorrow. Barbara DeMille is here. Barbara, just tell us.
Barbara, where are you?
Here she is.
Here.
Yep, just
Come,
tell us.
Barbara.
I am here.
We are
Yes,
here.
you are here. Come, no problem.
Just tell us the times of the races.
The first race is at 3 o'clock. It's the apprentice races.
Please.
So that is
We
the
need
first
quiet
race.
so you don't say after 1 minute we did not hear.
The apprentice race is at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Barbara?
The apprentice race is at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And after we have the pony race at 3:30.
Latifa bint Mansoor pony race.
Exactly. And at 4, we have the Al Nayan Listed Cup.
Bravo.
Thank you very much. I love the
Okay,
way you say that.
Thank you. And you know one thing, that is the first listed cup in Spain. Thanks for the patent race committee to allow it.
I'm coming back.
Okay, one thing to tell you. We have a youth circle. Now this is important, guys. In this youth circle, we will be having 1 per country mentor for the youth. We're gonna have those apprentices that you've seen in the youth circle because they come from each country. Not one of them is from one country. There's a Spanish jockey, I think, here, or no? She's here? Where is she? Come.
Come and join us.
I know maybe she didn't come into the pool of the horses, but she will be with me all the time to support me and to be with me to help this circle happens. Okay? You have a tough job. Okay. What's your name?
Alejandra.
Alejandra is the only apprentice jockey in Spain. Can we give her a big
Is that
applause?
right? That's amazing. That's incredible.
So guys,
Just going to ask, so people know, what is your name and which country are you representing?
My name is Evel Belushi from Oman.
stand.
Belushi from Oman.
My name is Sanne de Keulaar from Belgium. I'm Alina from Germany.
You're a tall girl. Hello.
My name is Mahsun.
From which country?
Shalmurfa.
Right, well done.
My name's Jack Osborne and I'm representing the United Kingdom.
I understand that.
Damien, tu vois ton jockey?
I love it.
I'm the jockey coach from Germany.
He's the jockey coach. You are.
Sophie Ralston from Ireland.
And you are, just to confirm?
Spain.
Spain, yeah. Guys, give him a big round of applause. You'll be seeing him live on Yes tomorrow. The big race.
Okay, the youth circle will take place down in the hippodrome. There will be only 40 chairs, but you are more than welcome to come and listen. Can I have Omar, please, here? Omar from Yes TV. Omar will be moderating this.
Omar,
come on, Omar. He is
Come on, big
our
fella.
Saudi youth representing his country. And he will be the moderator of this youth circle. Please, Omar.
He's top boy, very good at endurance.
Yes, youth.
30 years.
No problem, you are still youth.
Okay.
30 is inside the youth. 31, 32 are still youth. We are all youth, guys, no?
Of course.
Okay. We need your support, really, to make this a successful youth circle. It's the first ever Abu Dhabi youth circle that goes in a racetrack, in flat race, never ever in the world.
Great.
So we depend on the mentors that are going to be here, all our ambassadors also that are going there. We are all mentors to this young generation who we count on them to be owners and breeders one day.
Guys, good luck. Enjoy.
So any other question before we go?
We have one coming in from here,
Okay.
Lara. Sir, your name and where are you from?
أحمد اليماحي مدرب خيل جمال ومالك خيل الريس مشارك في السباقات العربية.
شارك في السباقات العربية.
قبل كل شيء حبيت أشكر مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور وعلى رأس مدراء صوايا بما تبذله من جهد واضح للجميع على مستوى العالم. شيء ثاني دائما لارا صوايا تفاجئنا بشيء أتمنى أن تفاجئنا السنة القادمة في بنى الخيل الجمال.
And to promote
أنا بدي جمعية الخيل
أيضا
العربية وين محمد الحربي تعال عندي.
racing, not only horse racing.
أنا ما بتخطى
No, I can't.
نحن بالسباق.
I can't
وقتها بدي أحكي عن الجمال.
speak about
ما من عيوني بس بموافقة الجمعية.
With all my love, there is another association that are in charge of camel racing.
رد عليه يعني. سؤالك أنت بخصوص سبونسر ولا بخصوص؟
Your question was about the sponsor.
نحن في مهرجان سمو الشيخ منصور.
In this festival of Sheikh Mansoor.
نشوف الملاك الكبار من الأطباء ومن المربين والخيل الجمال هي خيل عربية بالأساس. فالظروف والبيئة والتربية هي واحدة. فنتمنى أن ننضم معهم على أساس نستفيد. مثلا أنا اليوم ما مستفيد أبغي ربعي المربين في خيل الجمال وصغار الملاك وكلنا نستفيد. صحيح نحن نستفيد حتى على قناة ياس والكل يتابع وواضح هذا الشيء، لكن عندما يكون موجود واحد هنا بيننا أعتقد الجلسة بتكون أحلى.
You have one of our specialization, it would be much better. We need some experts and we need to devote a session.
فهمت علي؟ بالسنة الجاي نعمل سيشن وحدة بتكون الجمعية هي تحط خبراء وهي توليد.
يعطيكم العافية.
إن شاء الله. The association should put her experience.
كله يرجع حسب تعليمات سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد.
All depends on the instructions given and will be given by Sheikh Mansoor.
موافقتي من عند رئيس الجمعية سمو الشيخ منصور بن زايد.
Approval will come from Sheikh Mansoor and
حبيت أقول كلمة
be trustful on this.
نحن دائما تحت مظلة
Always we are under the umbrella of Sheikh Mansoor and the association of the United Arab Emirates and all our brethren.
وإذا بتكلم عن شيخ صراحة ما مقصرين وجزاهم الله خير وأعتقد أنهم ما بيقصروا. جزاهم الله خير.
And you will satisfy all points we need.
شكرا.
Thank you.
Okay, more questions? ادوار انت بالجمعيه الكوميتي الجديده وانت ما كنت موجود كنت برا عم تدخن سيجاره يمكن ما بتدخن انت
smoking
ما
outside.
بعرف وين كنت
We have the last
I don't
question
know
of the
where were
day
you?
coming in. Sir,
تعال
please
تعال
stand.
ليش واقف ورا انت وستيفانو قربوا
Are in
Yes,
the
yes.
last
I'd
file.
like to nominate a special person to be mentor to this group. Her name is Shatra, and I was very inspired by her story yesterday. Is Shatra in the room?
No.
She's not.
Shatra, I don't think. She's endurance, please.
Yes, but I think...
Shatra will be always coming. I think she's not here because they have an endurance thing. Shatra and the other girls, I have other girls also from the UAE. This group is only about flat racing, guys.
Yes.
So we really need to stick to flat racing jockeys. Okay?
I just felt she was a very,
Thank you.
very
She's a
inspiring
pretty
girl.
woman, beautiful, and she will be with her other ladies jockeys, with
Yes.
other ladies team, United Arab Emirates, always present to ask them, because we are also, the festival of Sheikh Mansoor is not only about Arabian racing, it's about flat endurance racing. That's why on Saturday and Sunday, some people are going to the endurance races while you are going to flat racing. But on Sunday, you are going to go with us if you would like to see an endurance race,
We are.
which is the Nation Cup for the Spanish championship.
We're going.
Okay? But the only thing is, this group is not to nominate. This group has been nominated, and thank you.
Guys, thank you very much indeed. Enjoy your lunch. Enjoy your weekend. And don't forget the trains tomorrow.
Please, can you go to the desk of Sheikh Mansoor Festival,
Well
and
done.
thanks to all of you. Thank
And
you.
well done. Give a big round of applause to Lara Sawaya. Guys, that was great. Enjoy your lunch. The rest of the day is yours. Sorry. And then tomorrow we'll be on the trains to Seville. And stay with us on Yes TV.
Can we have the new committee also here, please?
New committee.
New committee. Doctor? معلش انت شو
Doc,
بدك نحن بنوقف فوقكم.
Will you help the doc up?
اوكي تفضلوا. ايه انت بالكوميتي ادوار حامد ما تكون
Everybody squeeze in. This is going to be good. Guys, can we get behind everybody in the photo? Can you just get round?
اهلا بكم من جديد مشاهدينا الكرام. اذا نهايه الملتقى العالمي للخيول العربيه الاصيله هنا في العاصمه مدريد بهذه الصوره الجماعيه التي يلتقطها جميع المشاركين في المؤتمر. كما ذكرت السيده لارا صوايا، غدا سيكون لدينا ندوات وسيكون لدينا سباقات، سباق قدره وسباق للسرعه في اشبيليا في مدريد غدا، وبعد الغد ان شاء الله سباقات القدره. الصورة الأخيرة والناس الذين يكتظون هنا من خلفي في آخر مشهد في الملتقى العالمي الذي أيضا سينتهي هذا العام، لكننا في العام القادم بإذن الله سنكون على موعد آخر مع هذا الملتقى. شكرا لكم على حسن المتابعة مشاهدينا الكرام، وإلى اللقاء.
الديربي الأمتع في العالم سيجمع 20 نجماً بعمر 3 سنوات للمنافسة خلال الدقيقتين الأكثر إثارة في عالم الرياضة. لقب الجولة الأولى من التاج الثلاثي الأمريكي سيجمع نجوم سباقات الخيل من مدربين وفرسان للتنافس بكل شراسة لنيل كأس النسخة 144 من كنتاكي ديربي لتتويج بطل جديد في الساحة الأمريكية. تتابعونه على قناة ياس برعاية من مجلس أبو ظبي الرياضي. مضمار لونغ شامب يشهد إقامة سباقي 1000 و2000 جنس الفرنسي. منبع نجوم سباقات فرنسا، حيث يولد أبطال أعتى السباقات الأوروبية وأكثرها قوة وإثارة. أولى سباقات فرنسا الكلاسيكية، أبو ظبي جنس 1000 و2000 على قناة ياس. بثقة ينطلق، وبدقة ينقض على الهدف، وبين البداية والنهاية رحلة يسابق بها الرياح، حاملا على جناحيه أحلاما للظفر بالرموز ونيل أغلى الكؤوس. منافسات الصيد بالصقور على قناة ياس.
أحد وسائل ثبوت الولاية أن يتغلب شخص على الحكم بالقوة. ما رأيك أن ندهم